You're in the right room if you're here for the six-figure raise, five-figure bonus, four-day work week. So excited to meet all of you. This is a top negotiation strategies exclusively designed for physician women. I've been teaching physician women how to do this for 20 years. I have seen it all, and you're going to hear the best tools today that can deliver six-figure raises, five-figure bonuses, and four-day work weeks. We have a lot to get to, so we're just going to jump right in. By the end of this, will be within an hour, you will have all of this. The top 10 negotiation mistakes women doctors make and how to prevent them. You're going to learn that standard contracts are just a starting point. All of it can be negotiated. Even if you're an RVU-based doctor or you're in a union, all of it can be negotiated. You don't have to be an admin or a leader to have a great schedule and salary, not at all. How to get the yes without jeopardizing your physician contract. Steal my script. I'm going to give you a 5-part negotiation script that has your boss excited to say yes. It is like the secret weapon. And then we're going to end on how to negotiate like a pro athlete. Because when you're a doctor and you have these tools, we're talking pro athlete money. At the end, for those of you who are like, this is good, I want to keep working, I don't want this to be over, the doors to my lifetime group coaching program, Next Level Freedom, will open with a special 48-hour bonus and a top secret bonus you can only get by being here live. We only open twice a year. This will be the last time to join in 2025. The next time will be 2026. And this is the best time to join ever. So stay tuned. If you're interested, that will be at the very end, but we're going to focus on teaching first. So people who have been to this session have said, I've created a $1,000 raise just by listening to how to negotiate with this 5-part script. This was a new doctor in academics. She was a fellow when she did this. She created a 100,000 raise just by hearing this process. A senior leader in pathology got a $50,000 raise while cutting back to 3 days a week. Mid-level doctor in private practice, she said, I had no idea I could just ask for money in a better schedule and get it. The 5-step irresistible ask takes the guesswork out of negotiations. It's not just asking, it's asking in a very specific way that I'm going to teach you today. A new hire who wanted to go part-time without a pay cut, she said, I had multiple dream offers. Centers were tripping over themselves to offer me more money and a better schedule for work-life balance. From the very beginning of her career, that's how powerful this 1 hour is. So if you're a current trainee and you're telling yourself, I can't negotiate, I don't have any leverage, I don't have any experience, I need to do 10 years, I need to get promoted first, I need to prove myself, here's what I want you to know. You don't need leverage. You just need a negotiation process that works. That's it. At the beginning of your career, this is the most important time to set yourself up for success for the rest of your career. All you need is a process. You don't need more papers. Some of you have recently signed, are new in the job, or maybe you're mid-level, and it's common for people at this level to say, oh my gosh, why didn't I have this at the beginning? I can't believe it. It's too late for me. And what I want you to know, it's never too late. This process is the only negotiation strategy you'll ever need. It's timeless. It evolves with your career. It's never too late. You can put it in place today and start seeing changes. And then we probably have some senior leaders who are here. And we're senior leaders, the most often obstacle I see with them is they're real comfortable. And their thought is, oh, I should just be grateful. This job is pretty good. The schedule, the title, the salary, everything's pretty good. I don't want to change anything. Everything's at risk for me. And here's what I want you to know. Settling for good enough is blocking you from something really extraordinary. I promise you, this job could get so much better. And in this 1 hour, you'll learn how. So here's the main mindset solution or main mindset problem I see with women physicians is that they think the negotiations is a one-time shot. Only possible if your boss is nice, likes you, and is in a good mood. You've had decades of hard work to prove yourself and justify your requests, and the economy is perfect. There's no breaking news. Here's the solution. Negotiating at your job is part of the job. Let me say that again. Negotiating at your job is part of the job, which means there's no perfect time. It's not one shot. It's a conversation. It's a lever you can push at any time. And in my world, what I teach people to do is every year, your job should be getting better. You should be working fewer hours and being paid more because negotiating at the job is part of the is part of the job. It's just what we do to make sure this job gets better every year. So, here are the top 10 mistakes women physicians make in negotiations. And we're going to cover all of this today. Believing you need years of experience to ask for anything. Thinking you have to work harder, more hours, more CV items. Thinking your boss has to like you first. I have so much evidence that's not true. All of this you're going to love. Avoiding negotiation because you're afraid it's going to risk a relationship, that you'll lose your job, that your colleagues will reject you, that your boss won't like you anymore. Hoping that if you overwork, you go in on Sundays, you bring the work home with you on the weekend, you send emails to your boss at 2 a.m. showing them how hard you work, that they're just going to notice and pay you better. Waiting 10 years, promotion, a better boss, a new boss, a better economy, more confidence, more experience, more service. Not talking to the decision maker, talking to the person who's incentivized to tell you no. Accepting your boss's no as a stop sign, roadblock, it's done, it's over. Asking only one time, settling for good enough and being grateful, telling yourself, okay, this is possible for everybody, but not me. I'm RVU based. I'm in the union. I'm a leader. I'm not a leader. Here are $50 million problems of why you need to know how to negotiate right now. Whatever your history, wherever you are in the world, this is $50 million problems. I'm going to illustrate it into an example, and this doesn't have to happen to you, but this is why you need to know this process. So you take two physicians. One is Ken. He's your basic man. He's done kind of average on everything, not super special, but he negotiates for a $100,000 raise. Same person or same like level, experience, training, everything, Kelly, except she's extraordinary. She is chief resident. She's writing the most papers. She sees the most patients. She gets along with everyone. She makes cookies. Like she's doing everything, but she doesn't negotiate for a raise. So Ken is going to get $100,000 more a year, and then he's going to conservatively invest in the stock market. By the end of their career, Ken will have out-earned Kelly $50 million. Facts. Even though he's not as good of a doctor as Kelly. And what this means, of course, is Kelly's going to work decades longer in a job she doesn't really love. Maybe someday she hates. She's going to tell her kids, college is so expensive. I don't even know how we're going to pay $100,000 a year per kid for 4 years and get zero help because we're high earners. How are we going to do this? Kids, I need you to stay in state. And she's going to set her kids up to be under earners too. Anytime that there's an unexpected bill, Christmas, holidays, gifts, something she wants, she's going to pay for it in hours. She's going to say, I need to pick up more shifts. Every time there's a new chair, a boss, something changes at work, there's an economic dip, a new president comes, she feels threatened because she is financially vulnerable. This is what it looks like. Let's just say Ken asked for $10,000 raise, which is like nothing for a hospital. Over 30 years, he will have out-earned Kelly by $5 million. $100,000 raise, he will out-earn Kelly by $50 million. Not negotiating even a small raise will leave millions of dollars on the table by the end of your career. Not negotiating is too expensive. It's really not an option in 2025. For those of you who love bar graphs like me, you're more visual, check this out. $10,000 raise, this is $5 million difference. $100,000 raise, now Ken is making $50 million more than Kelly. Not negotiating is too expensive. There's some hidden costs of not negotiating that you need to know about. That is, if you negotiate well, you will, how I tell you today, you are going to gain status and respect in your career through just negotiating. If you don't, it's likely that you'll set yourself up to have less status and respect. And what that looks like is you're the first person to get more work and the last person to get any perks. So the job gets worse every year. And I've seen this. I've been in conversation with chairs who said, oh, we have this horrible QA project. This is what J-code needs. It's going to take a ton of time. Give it to Kelly. She never says no. She never negotiates. She never fights back. She just takes whatever we give her. It's so unfair. And it happens. So you have to know how to negotiate. So you start setting yourself for a successful career from the very beginning. Plus, all your future raises and jobs, whether you stay at this one or the next one, they're all going to reference what did you make last time. So you want to be setting this number up high to set yourself up to be paid top dollar the rest of your career. I mean, this is really the reason why you want to know how to negotiate. This is my family. We travel a ton and we take our kids all over the world. But this picture that means the most to me is the center one. This is the minute we left my daughter at college. And in that moment, she's my firstborn. I mean, I think I've been dreading this moment since she was born. A moment of like, this is her going off into the world. And I had so many emotions, like really like pride that she got into her top choice college, pride that I could pay all cash for it. There was no questions of go get scholarships, go apply for a million things, have a million jobs. I said, no, 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 daughter, I have this for you. You're going to top choice college. We're going to set you up to be a top earner the rest of your life. I had a lot of feelings, and some of them were like hard grief and sadness and fear, of course. But of all the emotions, the one emotion I didn't have regret. I didn't feel like I couldn't be the mom I wanted to be. I didn't have regret. I got to be the doctor I wanted to be, and the mom I wanted to be, and the wife I wanted to be. And I want that for you too. This is worth way more than $50 million. If you're new to me, I'm Christina Arnold. I created 3 jobs in academic medicine. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. I see them. I don't know if you all see them, but I see little hearts emojis, right? Like that's what it's all about. Each time I negotiated, so I was an RVU based 100% clinical physician. Every time I negotiated part-time hours at more than full-time pay, top pay, better salary, while creating really strong relationships with my chairs, even when the chair kind of hated me at first. I figured it out, and I'm going to teach you how to do it too. Your boss doesn't have to like you to get paid top dollar. I help physician women cut back to part-time hours without a pay cut. I have 2 programs. Next Level Freedom is my lifetime group that opens today. I also certify physician coaches. So I'm going to tell you about you and 3 critical stories that will teach you a lot about negotiations. So I'm going to teach you about the time I broke salary records as a fellow. And I say this not to brag, of course, but you can too. At the beginning of your career can be earning top dollar. So here's how it happened. It was my first job, and they flew me across the country to have a 1 hour discussion with the chair, which sounded totally ridiculous. Like, what a not great use of money. But you know why they did that? They were trying to intimidate me. So I flew across the country, I had to take 2 days off, go meet with the chair for an hour. And he said, listen, Christina, we want to hire you. We're going to give you $40,000 cash, which this was a long time ago. That may be like more like $80,000 today. We're going to need $40,000 cash. All you have to do, just sign this paper. We're done. Folks, if your chair is ever excited for you to do something real fast, you need to say, wait a minute, what's in it for me? Because danger, red sign should be going, red flag should be going up. So I said to the chair, and by the way, my strategy was whatever, and I was a fellow, I had no experience. Whatever they give me, I'm going to just ask for more. That was my strategy. So simple. I said, love the offer, and I'll teach you the script of what I said. I'm interested in negotiating the highest base salary possible. I'm not as interested in this bonus. Let's refocus on the high base salary. And then I was quiet. And he looked around, he flustered some papers, and it might have looked like he was mad, but I said, I'm just going to sit in the silence and let him do what he needs to do. And he said, done. And I stayed silent. I didn't say, thanks, I can't wait to start. Amazing. I just stayed silent. And he gave me a raise. Stayed silent again. He gave me another raise. He was negotiating with himself because the script I'm going to give you has your boss so excited to help you. So excited that they'll give you 2 raises in 2 minutes just because you're quiet. When you break the salary ceiling at your university, you are going to help you and generations of women physicians who come after you, as well as those that are in-house. So here's something you want to keep from this. Something that I knew going into this that I like to share is avoid shiny object syndrome. Why is your chair so excited to hand you cash? Because they don't want your base salary to be high. They want to give you something, a shiny object, so you'll settle for a lower base salary. Avoid that. Go for the highest base salary. High base salary means you pays out in lottery every single year. It's like winning the lottery. Your future raises are going to be based on it. Your bonuses are going to be based on it. High base salary is what you want to say laser focused on. Sure, add in a nice signing bonus, but not at the expense of your base salary. All right, let me tell you story number 2. The time a male fellow was hired at a higher base salary than me. And at this time, I was pulling the most RVUs in the group. I was doing all the med school lectures. I was writing the most papers. I was internationally doing lots of fellowship, lots of activities and leadership. And my fellow, amazing guy, but he had questions. He didn't have like a CV, he had questions. Amazing guy. And I was never mad at him. Good for him. He should be paid more, but not more than me. Like we should all be paid more, was my philosophy. I didn't spin out. I didn't go run to the chair and tell her, how dare you? I feel betrayed by you. I negotiated. I told her, listen, here's what I know. How can we fix this? And she approved to jump my salary so high the dean had to come in to approve it. And then I was like, you know what? My husband also works here. We need to get him that same raise. The fastest way to a 100K raise is to ask for it. Don't go to sleep on your career. Just because you set salary standards doesn't mean you're always paid top dollar. If you go to sleep on your career, your male fellow will be hired at a higher salary than you. You have to stay awake. So here's what I learned with this. Clinical excellence doesn't mean you're paid well. This is where I learned the hard lesson of just because I'm working really hard doesn't mean I'm paid well. Also, I had a boss who everyone kind of thought was nice. Just because you have a nice boss doesn't mean she's paying you fairly. Nice bosses can do you dirty, probably more than mean bosses, because you don't even realize that it's happening. So just stay awake on your career. Negotiation is part of the job. It's something you want to be revisiting because when your job gets better every year, you want to keep the conversation going. Last story is the time my boss tried to fire me. I didn't die. I just negotiated and I kept my job. I dropped call, frozen sections, all the parts of the job I hated went away in one conversation, eliminated RVU pressure, got a leadership title, funding, and full support. I'm still convinced it was the best job that's ever been invented for a physician because I didn't take her threats as a stop sign. I said, oh, I am a priority in her eyes right now. This is the time to move in to make this job so much better really quickly. Being threatened, having your job threatened in medicine is an everyday activity. None of you are surprised that this happened to me because it's probably happened to you. And if it hasn't, it will. It's very normal. It's abusive. It's horrible. It's not good at all, but it happens all the time in medicine. Negotiations is the only skill you'll ever need to keep your career and family safe. Any boss, any economy, any specialty. It's the one skill you need. So let's start talking about what this looks like. And before I give you the strategies, I want to address a few fears you probably have, because if I don't address them, you're not going to hear these strategies. So fear one, the colleagues said they don't negotiate. My boss said, no one negotiates, it's academics. I was told it's boilerplate. Just sign it. They don't make any changes. It's standard. All of these basic fears are not a stop sign. By the way, it's not even true. In my experience, all of it can be negotiated. And even if it is true, which it's never been in my 20 years of helping people, ask anyway, because you're gaining respect and status every time you negotiate. If they've said 100 times no before, ask anyways. You're just not, probably no one has used this process before. Ask anyway. I think it's really important to surround yourself with people who've already done this. What tends to happen is we talk about it to our friends who've never negotiated a six-figure raise. They don't know how. They're really scared. They scare us, and then we don't. Surround yourself with people who do this on a Tuesday, who've already done this over and over and over again. None of this scares me. All of this is standard. All of it is data that's going to move your career forward. Fear number two, they're going to think I'm selfish. I'm going to lose the job. Not how we teach it. We have a relationship-based negotiations that helps you get along better with your boss as you advance your career. We teach win-win-win, so your boss is excited to help you. And it's because these techniques are designed for physician women. Our inherent strength is relationship building, so we capitalize on what you're already really, really good at. Everything that's out there that I've seen about negotiations, especially in medicine, is generally designed for, given by white men who have you need confidence, very bro, very aggressive. It doesn't work for us because it wasn't written by us. It wasn't designed by us. It's not how medicine works in 2025. Collaboration, studies have shown, is the best way to negotiate. It's a relationship building. And because of that, I want you to know All the confidence you have right now is all the confidence you need. You don't need more confidence. I can help you get more confidence, but all the confidence you have is all the confidence you need. When you have a process to negotiate, you don't need the confidence of the loudest white man in the room. You just follow your process. Third fear is, well, I've never done this before. And here I want you to say you don't have to have experience. You can leverage ours. My 20 years helping countless women, hundreds of hours, leverage our experience. We help you at each step with tricky emails and crucial conversations. Literally have seen it all. You don't need experience, you need a process. If you failed before, last time I failed, I'm afraid of doing this again. No, it wasn't you who failed. It was whatever process you were using. You just need a better process. And that's what you're going to get today. And through our process, you either get exactly what you want, something better, or priceless data for an up-leveled ask. The way we teach it, there is a no-fail zone. The last fear I want to address is, but this economy, I have to do my time first. I'm just waiting out this boss for a better boss. I should just be grateful in this economy, this world climate. And for that, I want to say there really is no perfect time. There is never a time in history where CNN or your favorite news wasn't like breaking news across the scroll. The world is always going to be busy. Now is always going to be the best time. P.S. I've seen people say, I'm going to wait out this boss, and the next boss was like 100 times worse. Now is always the best time when you have a process. And about being grateful, hello, you can be grateful and make your job better. And I'll tell you, if you really want to be grateful for this job, create a six-figure raise, a five-figure bonus, a 4-day work week. You're going to be so much more grateful for this job. Don't let the economy scare you. Use it as a wake-up call to build financial security now. Learn how to negotiate now. So let's look at the only 3 strategies you're ever going to need. Strategy 1 is how to get the yes without jeopardizing your contract. For this, you need to talk to the decision maker. Let me tell you who is not the decision maker. The admin who sends you the contract, your future coworkers who don't want you to make more than them, your spouse, friends, and family who think it's rude to negotiate and they're really scared you're going to lose the offer. So they're telling you, please don't say anything. Your current coworkers who think it's totally unfair you're going to get more. Your current boss who knows she's going to have to give you a matching offer and does not want you to get $1 more. Anybody who's never created six-figure raises, these are not decision makers. They've never done it before. Do not take their advice. We love all of them, but don't take negotiating advice from people who've never done it before. Why we don't ask these people is because the admin who sent you the contract, she literally cannot say yes. And she's probably gets some kind of incentive by telling you no. Same with the CFO, the business manager, the division directors. Plus, it's not a safe space. A lot of women will ask the admin, is there any flexibility with the salary because they think it's safe? You know, the admin just forwards that email onto the boss. The chair finds out and it doesn't look great. So you want to be able to control your narrative. You want your chair to say, oh, this woman takes this seriously. She talks to me, not the admin. We're building your status and respect as we go. You're most likely to get the yes by going directly to the boss. Don't negotiate with people who can't say yes. So how do you find the decision maker? It's the person whoever signs the offer letter, the president, the chair. Another way to ask it is, who would the admin ask? That's going to be the decision maker. It is never the admin. The admin, we love them. It is never the admin. How do you address the admin who sent you kind of a pressured email of please sign and return in 24 hours? This is how you do it. We do scripts in my program. We help you customize exactly what to say. So you don't have to come up with this on the fly. We will make it for you. This is one of the scripts. Thank you for sharing this. I'm so excited to move this forward. I'll be directing a few questions directly to the chair. I'll be in touch soon. Reach out anytime. Period. Done. And now the admin's like, oh, okay, this is a boss position here, right? Your status and respect increase as you go. Our philosophy is negotiate until you get the no. Like, we're not done until we get a no. That's my philosophy. Most women physicians outside of my program won't do this, though. They'll say, oh, a no means I did something wrong. I'm selfish. I'm greedy. Everything's at risk. A no is terrible. It means they hate me. It means I'm going to get a terrible schedule. It means my promotion's delayed. It means everything is going to be horrible. So women often don't push for the no because they're afraid of what it means. So here's what I teach in my program. The no means you got everything that was available. If you didn't get a no, there was more on the table and it's all going to Ken. Celebrate the no. Get to the no and then celebrate. We're not done until we get a no. No is status and respect. To be able to say this, though, you have to be on your own side. I teach you how to do this in the program. Okay, this is the point where people might say, oh, but I don't have a problem with the no. My boss says no to everything. Right. So I have a whole strategy for this. I'm going to give you this here. We do this in the program too. But the idea is, and I just talked to someone this week, was like, every time I ask my boss for this, she always tells me no. And I see this pattern a lot. If you keep going to the same person saying the same thing, expect the same answer. You have to do something new. You have to bring in a new process, a new ask, an up-leveled ask. Einstein, right, said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different answer. No, no, no. It has to be different. So here's what I would give you. This is what we do in the program is find out why. What was the reason for the no? And now you have a playbook of what needs to be in place to say yes. For so many women, they hear the no and they totally spin out. My boss is unfair. He doesn't support me. I'll never get ahead. They forget to ask why. And it pushes their career aside. Find out why so you can deliver the metric they need to say yes. Another thing I see a lot of mistake women make is boss said no and they're done. No, 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 no. You're going to ask more than once. I can't tell you how many physicians, the first time they asked for a 100K raise, boss said no. And the second time the boss said yes. If you could give 50 million more dollars by saying one sentence twice, would you? 100% yes. Yes, we ask more than once. And we make sure the ask is different every time. So we have an up-leveled ask. What I suggest is set a 90-day follow-up meeting so that you don't follow off the chair's radar. A lot can change in 90 days. So for example, I asked my chair to pay for a coaching meeting I wanted to go to. And my boss said, we don't have any funding right now. I said, okay, I'm gonna make an appointment in 90 days. I'll circle back with you. I let her know, oh, no, I'm not done. I'm not done until I get the funding. I came back in 90 days, 5 faculty left. All of their research discretionary funds were being distributed to the people who were asking for it. It wasn't fairly distributed among the faculty. It was given to the people who were asking. And my boss was like, okay, Christina keeps finding me. She's coming back until she gets this funding. Christina, here's your 10K. Go to this meeting. Ask more than once. Ask more than once. It's not a problem if you made the no mean nothing bad and you're always finding out why to up level. The last thing I want to say or for this slide is get creative. Sometimes your boss is the worst person to ask because she can't say yes or he can't say yes. So find out who else could say yes. If what you want is important, let's find 10 different ways to get there. And that way we guarantee you get what you want. So another time I was asking for funding, my boss said, we don't have any funding. I needed it right away. It was within 7 days. I went to the Women in Medicine group. And I said, hey, I'm going to this leadership conference. Can you sponsor me? They're like, yeah, we have money that just goes to waste every year because no one asks. Just be creative. What if you can get what you want? You just may have to ask somebody different. Lastly, if you're in a position, now I'll say this, people in my program, this is not what we run up against. But if you're trying to DIY this, do this on your own, you probably will get a no at some point. Something you want to consider is what could they say yes to? Money is sometimes harder for some centers to say yes to if you're not in my world and you're not using my process, but time is often more important than money, especially at our income level. So what could they say? What could be an easy yes for them that's even more valuable for you? So it might be dropping all the tasks that you hate, like maybe ICU or clinic or call or lectures. We all know all admin are the same. Not all MAs are the same. Like, could you negotiate for a top tier MA or admin so your day is done faster? More vacation or CME time, more CME funds. You could turn a CME conference into a paid family trip to Hawaii. I've done that. They'll do that. School breaks and holidays off, titles, research, money, leadership roles that help you get to promotion that then ties to another raise. So before you have strategy one, an admin sends a contract, says sign this ASAP. You're like, oh my God, I have no choice. Boss says we don't negotiate. You're like, oh gosh, I have to be quiet to be liked. You've never negotiated and you think you have nothing to offer since you're a fellow, so you don't even ask. You're afraid of no means losing your job, reputation, relationships. You think a 6-figure raise is possible for others, but not you. Your thought is more pay will equal punishing RVUs, so you don't try. What happens is you dread starting this job. You're already resenting this boss and your colleagues. You're already looking for a new job and you haven't even started day one of this current one. And this just means you enter another cycle of unsuccessful negotiations. After, with this strategy, the admin writes you sign and return. And you're like, respectfully, I'm going to follow up with the chair. I'll let you know. Well, we'll be in touch. The boss says, we don't negotiate. You know better. You use this process, you land a six-figure raise. Your boss is thrilled to get you. You know you don't need any negotiation experience when you have ours. You confidently negotiate without fear of retaliation because you know exactly what to say and who to say it, when, and how. Because of this, you're trusted and respected by your chairs, peers, and staff. You set a new salary standard. Everyone around you benefits. You're excited to start. You're fully committed. You're finally done with job hopping, which resets your career every time. You negotiate so much less because you negotiated so well up front. You set yourself up in your hospital for success from day one. So here's an example of this. This case study, Kelly created a $100,000 raise in academic pathology. When she came to me, she didn't think she could ask for anything. She was really feeling like she was in a horrible position because she was moving back to her home state and she wanted to be back with her family. Her chair knew this. Her husband was going for this dream tech job. Her chair knew this. Her chair said, this is just boilerplate. We don't really negotiate, just sign and return. But Kelly kind of knew this doesn't feel right. So she reached out to me and we went through this process, customized it to her, and she created a $100,000 raise from a chair who said, we don't negotiate. Over her career, Kelly's set up to make $50 million more than had she not. She'll be able to retire early, send her kids the best education opportunities the world experience, their top choice college in all cash, retire early, go to the best vacations, first class, everything. And her chair and center win too because they get Kelly, who's so excited to be there. There's a 100% chance you won't get what you don't ask for, even if you deserve it. You have to ask. I'm going to give you one more case study. Nicole's $40,000 raise came when she cut back to 3 days a week. So her group was being taken over by a larger hospital, happens all the time. Her current boss at the smaller community was like, oh my gosh, we should just be grateful we have a job. We're not losing our job. Don't rock the boat. Don't say anything. Don't upset the new hospital CMO. And Nicole knew better. So she came to us and we helped her create a $40,000 raise while cutting back to 3 days a week by negotiating with the decision maker. And folks, her decision maker wasn't her scared boss in the community practice. The decision maker was the new CMO at the new hospital. And we taught her how to manage her boss, her current boss, who was scared, so that her current boss didn't feel threatened or disrespected. Nicole was able to get the same raise and schedule for her boss. Her boss wasn't disrespected. Her boss is like, Nicole, can you keep negotiating for us? This is awesome. Our philosophy as a hospital takeover is the best time to negotiate when you have a process and you're partnered with an expert. You can create so much value if you know who to talk to and what to say. So let's go to strategy 2. This is steal my script, get my 5-part negotiation script that makes your boss excited to say yes. Here's a 5-step irresistible process. So step 1 is to name their $1 million need. Every part of that sentence is essential. This is not, it would be nice to have. This is not, oh, let me explain what coaching is. You don't know what coaching is. Do not bring in things they don't want, they don't need, they're not even looking at. This is not nice to have. This is essential $1 million need. How do you know what it is? Well, we teach you in our program. Just quickly is I suggest that when you land in that city, get a city paper, get a university paper. As you go through your interview day, you're asking everyone, what are the pressing issues here? What is the dream result you love? Where is this job the worst and what would cure it? You're going to find out their $1 million need if your eyes are open on your interview process. Name it to them. Number 2 is you're going to name how you are the solution to this $1 million need. I have an example for you. How you can help them get this need complete faster and better than they could have ever thought of before. Number 3, you're going to ask for what you need for everyone to be wildly successful. And number 4 is the silence. The silence is where the millions of dollars are. Expect the silence. In my program, I teach people how to create the silence because the silence is powerful. That's how I got my chair to out negotiate himself. I got ton of money just by sitting there being quiet. You have to create the silence. And what helps is what I've seen a lot of women do who aren't in my program, my friends who've negotiated, oh, there's silence. And it's like 3 seconds of silence. It's not that bad. Like, oh my gosh, he hates me. He's thinking about how he's going to take my contract. He's going to rip it up. No, 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 no. What your chair is doing is sizing you up. He's seeing, okay, can I stare her down into taking this request back? Can I intimidate her into removing it? Oh no, she's not backing down. Okay, she's serious. Let me figure out how I could make this happen. Who could I ask? How could we get there? When you have named their need and met it, they want you to stay and they're trying to figure out how to make it happen. You have to have silence. Silence is a good thing. And then 5 is the follow up. So this is where whatever you discussed, you follow up in an email so you have it in writing. It's not enough to have a conversation and you leave feeling amazing because what we know is that chairs often forget what they said. And if it's not written down, it didn't happen. So here's what it might sound like. This is someone who's interviewing at a center that's bringing on Epic at Beaker. It's happening all across the country. I understand the university has a goal for a full Epic Beaker transition within the next 24 months. I've overseen 2 rebuilds in less than 12 months. I can do the same for you. It can be a smooth transition. I will make sure that your department is prioritized. We will customize it for you in record time. But here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need point 0.3 protected time because this is a full-time job. I'll need a title, so it'll help me get to promotion. I need my own admin, and I'm going to need a tech to help me implement this. The other jobs I'm looking at for the same build are $100,000 more. This cost can be offset by having a smooth transition customized to your department. Silence. And then you're going to write a follow-up email that just documents everything that you discussed. So before having the strategy, you've worked hard for so long, for so little. It can be hard to think of what you even want to ask for. May have no idea what to say to the boss. And if you ask for something, it's easy to feel panicked and guilty and scared and feel like you're losing everything. During the ask, when you feel so panicked, it's very easy to be like, okay, I better not ask anything and immediately regret it, beat yourself up, or ask, but fumble through it and then take it all back and then beat yourself up. I've seen my friends who aren't in my program go through this, and after the meeting, they felt so bad. They wrote the chairs like, I apologize. I take it all back. I will do all of this Epic integration for free. You don't have to pay me anymore. No time off. They feel so terrible that they negotiate themselves into a really terrible job. After, when you know this process, you set the whole team up for success fast. You know exactly what to ask for. With this process, you know what to say, who to say it to, when you feel very prepared. The negotiations are smooth and easy. There are no awkward moments. You create powerful, intentional pauses that deliver more than you ever thought was possible. You're giddy, your chair's giddy. Everyone feels like they are winning. They're so excited for you to start. Everyone's clear on what's happening next. It's in the follow-up email. It's been added to the boilerplate contract. So here's an example of Eva. Her boss had said no many, many, many times. She said, my boss said I couldn't go part-time. It wasn't fair to the others. We don't have enough people. There's no precedence. Can't afford to. And then I used Christina's 5-step irresistible ask process and I got it. Thank goodness my boss said no at first. If she had said yes to my original request, I would be working the same hours at a 50% pay cut. Instead, I'm at part-time hours while protecting my salary. My job is on my terms. I actually love my job now and get along with my boss. My mom, husband, kids, and colleagues have noticed. My boss even has said how happy I am. I can't believe this is my salary and schedule. My experience, women are far too fast to offer their salary up. No, 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 no. What if you can get to part-time hours and keep your salary? You just need a process of negotiation. Your boss's past no's aren't a problem. You just need a better strategy. Notice how Ava was like, thank goodness she said no, because I wanted to keep my salary. Yes. Another one, Carla's boss said she'd never get a raise. Happens all the time. She came to me. She was just about to leave medicine. She was looking at industry, other jobs where she didn't have to have so much RVU pressure. Her boss told her because she didn't run an R01 find a grant, she was not writing basic science research papers, that she would never get a raise. He assigned her a mentor who said the same. And when she came, we used a process I call the Success Joy Matrix to identify the parts of her job she loves and amplify those efforts while figuring out the parts of the job she hates and winding those efforts down. She felt like she had no support, that her boss didn't get her. So our priority was to create support for her. We created mentors and colleagues across the globe. They worked together to make innovative efforts in resident education, prizes, speaking opportunities, bonuses. Within 8 months, she had created $142,000 all told, including a raise. Her boss was wrong about her. Yours is too. It's okay if your boss has said no before. Use a new process to get a new result. All right, who's ready to negotiate like a pro athlete? What I'm talking about here is leveraging competing offers to unlock unprecedented gains without putting your career at risk, without burning bridges. By the way, if you have questions about all of this, I'm going to be taking questions at the end, at the very end, so I can help you customize this to you. If you have questions, I'm going to stay on until there are no more questions. So feel free to stay for that. The essential disclaimer was this step. This is the single most successful negotiating technique. It's like negotiating on steroids. Like it is powerful. It is also the single riskiest negotiation strategy. Everything else I taught you is pretty much, we mitigate that risk down to zero pretty much in my program. But this one is not zero. This one is risky. So I say, do not try this if you're not in my program working with me step by step. Just don't. Listen to it because I think there's value in hearing how this can be executed really well. But I would never, ever, ever say DIY this. Do this on your own. You cannot do this unless you're prepared to walk away. And some people aren't, and that's okay. It's no fault. Like there's some people who have built a custom home. Their husband is a dentist with a full practice. They really like their center. Their kids love the neighborhood. All your families in town. Like legitimately, there are people who are going to say, I don't want to move. You don't have to. We will do other strategies. This one would not be for you. So to look at this one, you have to be willing to consider other options. And it's okay if you don't. Of course, of course, of course, we just other approaches will be for you. Used incorrectly, this absolutely can backfire. Your current chair could say, all right, go take that other job. I'll have your office filled by the end of the day. Used incorrectly, those other offers can disappear. They can say, we don't want to hire you. We're going to go with someone else. It can make your current job worse. So be very careful to only do this if you're working with me in my program. But here's the philosophy, just hear this out, is that competing offers open doors. Every center you're at, every center in the whole world, they have a ceiling for how much you can make. There are university policies, even if you're in private practice, there are policies in place where you cannot earn $1 more once you hit the ceiling. That means you could be bringing in the bananas and bukus of RVUs, doing all the teaching, writing all the papers and grants, having your R01 find a grant, funded lab. You could have one pill that cures obesity, diabetes, cancer, depression. You won't get one penny more once you hit that ceiling because of the university policies until you show up with a competing offer. And now those policies are going to go thrown out the window if the chair wants to keep you. And when you do it our way, the chair is going to want to keep you. The competing package is just offer up so many opportunities. So here's our philosophy. If you can move, I'm assuming you can I'm just going to assume you can. Then it's a really great strategy because you're either going to find a better job or you're going to stay in a better job. You're going to upgrade your career in just a couple of conversations. Like this could be a couple of weeks. It can happen this quickly. Win, win, win. You bust through all the ceilings. Here's the strategy. You're going to decide your priorities, location, goals, families, what you need in your career. So for example, if you're a researcher, you want to go to a place that honors and recognizes grants. You don't want to end up in a place that penalizes you for grants and only expects you to do committee work. You have to know what your values are. This, I think, is really essential to be in my coaching program for because so many people, when I ask them what they want, the first question is always parroting their boss. I want leadership opportunities. I want stability. I want places to grow. Okay. Really, what most women physicians want is to get home to see their kids and to not be dragging work home after midnight and on the weekends. And to be paid well, right? We'll figure out whatever your true priorities are and then find a match for those that already exist. Because if you can just walk into a job and this infrastructure is in place, it's so much faster than trying to go uphill and make this current job that doesn't honor it, make it into something that it can't be. But I think deciding priorities is really hard to do without a coach. But anyways, reach out. How we do this is then we think, where are these centers? Reach out and gently, discreetly inquire if there's a job posting. Even if it's not posted, Chairs, when they find someone really good, they will make a position. There could be a position that hasn't been posted yet either. Ask friends, trusted colleagues. You know where the good jobs are. If you're at the place where you're looking for a job, you have seen medical schools, residencies, fellowships, you've seen your friends go off, you know where the good jobs are. Pick three of them that match and move that forward. You can check job boards, obviously. By the time they're posted, they're generally gone. Discretion is essential. So we teach a process to keep you safe throughout each process. And oftentimes the chair will understand when you tell them in a very professional tone, listen, I haven't told my current boss yet. We're just exploring options. I'd appreciate if you keep this direct. So that's another script that we have. And many times chairs will respect that. And also sometimes, I mean, the biggest gossipers I know are doctors in medicine. So especially when you come to the department and give a grand rounds or whatever, and meet 100 people, people are going to know what you're doing. They're going to know you're applying. People talk. So you can't 100% keep this discreet, but we have a process to keep you safe because we want to keep options open. Once you have your multiple offers, you're going to share this with the key decision makers, not your division director, not your business manager, not your best friend, with the key decision makers, and how you present this matters. This is the point. You need surgical precision because if you do this wrong, your chair will say, see you later. If you do this wrong, the offers will say, we don't want to work with you. You have to be very careful, and we show you how to do this step by step. But I'll tell you, overall, you're not pitting sinners against each other. This is not negotiating for a used car. How we teach this is that honesty, respect, and value for relationship leads. Integrity and ethics leads. Relationships are fragile and important. Careers are long. The world is small. Treat this very, very carefully. You don't want anyone to be surprised, offended, feel disrespected. We want all your options to stay open. So before this strategy, before the negotiate like a pro athlete, this job you have was good 10 years ago, but it's worn out. You have outgrown it. You have hit the ceiling. It's depreciating every day that you're in it. You've maxed out what's possible in terms of pay, schedule, opportunities, and perks. There's no precedence for more. Even your boss doesn't have more. There is a ceiling and you're at it, which means the returns keep shrinking despite you gaining more experience, contributing at a higher level. This job is done. It's on the decline. Raise doesn't even keep up with inflation. And now you see the fellow that you trained has been hired at the same center for $50,000 more and got more perks just because he came up later. After, you know how to create multiple job offers, each one better than the last. In just a few strategic conversations, you've secured a $100,000 raise, part-time hours, cush call schedule. You, with surgical precision, share these offers with care with our processes and support. And your boss is like, I'm so glad. This is what my boss told me. I'm so glad you told me so I had a chance to give a counter offer. And they meet, exceed, give you a retention bonus. They're so appreciative of how professionally you've handled it. You gain status and respect through this process. Your relationships get stronger. And now you're in the opportunity to move to better or stay for better. But either way, your career just up leveled. You've raised the standards, not just for yourself, but every woman physician behind you. And you can even help the women physician who are already in place. Your new problem, I cannot tell you how many women physicians have told me this. Christina, what am I going to do with all this extra money? What am I going to do with all this extra time? That's a good problem to have. By the way, we'll help you with that. We'll help you find a way to make that money make more money for you. We'll help you find a way to use that time in a really nourishing way. So this one of the case studies is me. This is what I did. It was early in my career before I fully fleshed out this process. And I was just like, I don't have any negotiating options. Me and my husband are both in academics. We have a small family. We want a family-friendly city. Like, what's the chances we find this anywhere else in the world? I had really been not good to myself. And my chair knew this too. And so she kept piling on unfair schedule after unfair schedule. I had a contract. I worked down to 0.6 FTE, top salary, but she never honored that. I was always like at 0.9. And so every annual review for 8 years felt like the same. It was like, hey, listen, contract wasn't honored. What are we going to do about this? And she'd always say, we're going to fix it, but she never did. So folks, hear me. Don't pay attention to what your boss says. Pay attention to what your boss does. Leaders are taught to tell you what you want so you stay and then not do any changes because it's inconvenient for them. Look at their actions, not their words. At year eight, I was like, okay, I've had enough of this. I get what's happening here. Let me just go and see if there are other options. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Just a couple, like 3 or 4 conversations over email. You didn't even have to interview, didn't even have to fly anywhere. Created 3 dream jobs in just a couple of conversations over a few weeks. And I brought this to my chair in the very delicate way that I'm teaching you here. And she was like, thank you for telling me. I really appreciate being able to give you a competing offer. So now I just had 4 amazing offers. I went with the one that gave me exactly what I wanted from the beginning, which is 20 weeks of service a month. I mean, 20 weeks of service a year. So like half time at a raise. And then I just delicately handled my current chair. Here's what I want you to know. There are always options if you're willing to explore. Why I love working with women physicians is when I work with the one woman physician, I know I change the whole ecosystem. Even if I don't work with her friends, she will take what she learned here and give it to her husband, and they will double their salary. She'll give it to all her best friends at work, and all of them rise. She will teach her kids will go on and be top earners. So these are just a couple of examples. Kristen, we taught her how to get a 100K raise, and she got it for her and her boss. I love it. Women physicians, we don't hoard good information. We give it to the people we love. We rise all the ships. Michelle got 141,000 raised for her and her boss. So for those of you who are like, how do I talk above my boss's head without them getting offended? Listen, when your boss is getting a $141,000 raise, she's not offended. She's like, thank you, Michelle. Right? We do it in a way that honors our relationships and makes them stronger. Michelle and Kristen and their boss, they're so tight. They're so tight. Anna got a $100,000 raise, and then she taught it to all the 5 faculty who came on in that year. They all were able to get the same raise. Pael shared these jewels with her husband, and they both got the raise. When you're paid more, this is the best thing about women physicians. Everyone around you benefits. Your chair, your boss, your colleagues, your children, your spouse. Your marriage gets better when you have more money and you have more time. Imagine not fighting about chores, how we're going to use the money, where we're going on vacation, because you have time and money for all of it. So, in summary, you got today the top 10 negotiation mistakes, how to prevent them, top negotiation laws, how to get the yes without jeopardizing your contract. You stole my script, exactly what to say to who to get exactly what you want. So your boss is excited to help you. And he's like out negotiating himself because he has to have you. You got the process of how to negotiate like a pro athlete, which is leveraging competing offers to unlock unprecedented gains without putting your career at risk or burning bridges. You heard my and my client's success story. So you're probably saying, this is possible for me. And it absolutely is when you're in my world. Absolutely. We'll help you at each step. This is what I want you to think about. How would life right now be better with a 6-figure raise, a 5-figure bonus, and a 4-day work week? Like, what would that feel like if this was your life? Because it absolutely can be. We have this process and you partner with us. When you're paid well and you have lots of time to be with your family, you will love the screen. Most clients come to me, I think I'm leaving medicine. I can't stand it. And once we get them their raise and their hours and their schedule and their respect and status and support, they're like, I don't ever want to retire. Why would I? I'm making tons, I'm like winning the lottery all the time. And I have all this free time to travel. All you need is a process and an expert backed by a community that can support you. And that's what I want to tell you about now. Next Level Freedom is my lifetime coaching community. It's the only community in the entire world that helps women physicians ethically cut back to part-time hours, keep her full-time salary, no pay cut. Negotiations is our skill, and we do this every single day. We only open twice a year. We're only going to be open for 7 days, and then we close for the rest of the year. The next chance we join will be in 2026. And when you join on this call, you get a 48-hour bonus. The 48-hour bonus goes until Saturday. And you get a top secret bonus that you can only get while the Zoom room is open. So I'll tell you about all of it. I'll walk you through each step, and then I'm going to take questions if anyone wants help with their specific negotiation skills or their center. So who is Next Level Freedom for? I'm just going to check, make sure my tech is good. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I'm going to stop share for a second. Stop share. Number 2. Let's try this. Sometimes there's a black box that comes up. Hopefully you can just get the gist of it. But yes, it happens. Who is it for? This is where we left off. If you're a woman physician and you want to work part-time hours and keep your full-time pay, it's for you. Any specialty. We have helped hospitalists, family medicine, OBGYN, surgeons, ophthalmologists, anesthesiologists, pathologists, research scientists, internal medicine leaders, new faculty, trainees, fellows. We have helped everyone in any zip code and any experience level. So if you're a woman physician who wants to work part-time hours and get paid more than full-time salary, take no pay cut, you want the process to get 6-figure raises, 5-figure bonus, 4-day work weeks, this is for you. And I have 50 million reasons why this cannot wait. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning. Kelly is going to earn $50 million less than Ken, even though she's extraordinary. Her kids will have fewer opportunities. She's going to be stressed when college comes around. She's going to have to work decades longer. When you have your race set up at the very beginning, you leave yourself room to create $50 million on the table overall. Plus, unhappiness is a habit. Unhappiness is a habit. The more you're unhappy, the more you're used to being unhappy, the more your brain is like, no, this is just what we do. This is normal. Your brain kind of settles on unhappiness is just what we do. You don't want to make this a habit. If you don't like this job now, don't make this an ingrained habit now. Change it. Make your habit getting paid a lot more, working fewer hours. Plus, the truth is the facts are wage gaps, gender wage gaps are predicted to widen a lot in the next few years. And this is based on women are marginalized groups, and the DEI dismantling laws that are happening will lead to wage gaps for women unless you know how to negotiate. In my world, my women are getting paid more than the white men in their group by a lot. So you need to know how to negotiate specifically in any political climate, but specifically now. It's the one skills you saw my chair try to fire me, but she didn't because I know how to negotiate. So you can keep your job, your finances safe in any chair situation, in any economic situation, in any crunch time where they're going to retire people. You can be the person they don't retire. You can be the person they pay top dollar. This negotiation sets a stage for everything else, whether you're a fellow now or you're 5 years in or you're a senior leader. The negotiation you do now sets the stage for everything else. Set it up at top dollar working part-time hours. As you've seen through these examples in the process, how we teach it grows your status and respect and relationships. It keeps you safe. It keeps your job safe. You, your family, your kids, you all deserve better. I want you to send your kids to the top choice college and not stress out because you're like, oh yeah, we have tons of money left over. Create a job, make this job better in 2025. Let this be the last year you're really struggling with the hours and pay. Fix it all now so you can enjoy it for the rest of your career. You can love your job again. You can be like, so many of my clients are like, oh my gosh, I have to leave medicine. They're like, oh no, I'm never going to leave medicine. I'm getting, it's like winning the lottery, right? That's how good it could be. I want to show you a briefly wins you can't wait for. By the way, I'm having a lot of people write, how can I join? How can I join? I want to join. You go to your email. If you registered for the event, I'll just say this really quickly. In your email is a link you can join now. I will go over the bonuses at the very end. And so I love that you're very excited. I'm very excited you're here too. So look at these people. This leader who joined, she leaves 5 hours work early every day. Susan leaves work 4 p.m. a day. Maya got a $137,000 raise for her and her boss. Kelly's working 3 days a week, $50,000 raise. Noelle stopped taking call. Jennifer's part-time with full-time pay. Carla took a 12-month sabbatical. Pael and her husband got this $160,000 raise together. Anna got 100,000 raise for all. Why would you want to wait on this? Like that is millions of dollars. Taking no call is amazing. Do not wait on this. So Next Level Freedom is my lifetime group. And here's what's inside. Here's when you enroll. Here's what you get access to. I'm going to walk you through this. We have a 5-module curriculum, weekly live group coaching for life, 360 support, 15 plus guest expert experiences, a book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics, community. We have a lot of features that are new. This is like the year 5, I think I've been running it. So in every round or every cohort that comes in, we just make it better and better. So new this round, we have a quick fire curriculum, monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, and a live in-person event. I just realized I forgot to put my bracelet on. Like good luck. So I'm going to take a second to put it on. The curriculum is branded for your accelerated results. It feels so much better. It has mindset and strategy and includes everything you need to negotiate for the best job yet. It's the exact process you need. Like I walked you through the negotiation process. This is also the exact 5 steps you need to cut back to part-time hours at your full-time doctor job. And this is what it looks like overall. Module 1, there's 5 modules. Module 1 is great decisions fast. 2 is how to stop thinking about work all the time. 3 is triple the white space on your calendar. 4 is negotiation strategies to fix this job for good. And 5 is rest is the ultimate productivity hack. And as soon as you join, you get access to everything. Nothing is held back. We want you making results. We expect you're going to get results and wins the very first day you join. Module 1, why we start here is negotiations really are just a series of amazing decisions made fast. You want to know how to make great decisions. And so we teach you our process. And what it includes is the decisions that make you back at least 5 hours per week. Imagine next week you're working 25 hours less. That could be your first module you look at today, and next week can be 25 hours later. One decision makes your job 100% better. Use what you dread about the job to fix it for good. How to eliminate drama around decisions. The Success Joy Matrix solves problems for you. Decisions create irresistible results. 7 decision filters to avoid regret and solving indecision exhaustion. Module 2 is listen. When you're underpaid and overworked, you will not be able to stop thinking about work. You'll be thinking about work in the shower, on your drive. You'll be tucking your kids in, but thinking about what the boss said in the email. It will be incessant, even on vacation, even on Sunday afternoon. It'll wake you up at 3 a.m. All of it is a sign that you're just being underpaid and overworked, and all of it can be fixed. So in module 2, you're going to learn how to interrupt mental spinning with 1 sentence. How to stop ruminating on conversations from 3 months ago. How to stop overthinking framework when all options seem terrible. How to quiet the mental chatter of a very busy mind. Stop overthinking in less than 3 minutes. Be done with rehashing difficult people forever. Module 3 is how to triple the white space on your calendar. So in here, what we're doing is we're just teaching you how you may think, what I'll say is this, there are so many ways to get to part-time hours. Part of it is dealing with being done with procrastination, perfectionism, people-pleasing, and imposter syndrome. We take care of all of this in this module, and that opens up your schedule. So we have a module. When you get in there, you'll have immediate access to get it done 10 times faster with 10% effort, 5 tiny habits for massive wins, how to cure procrastination and perfectionism in 3 simple steps, how to stop people pleasing in 1 weekend, eliminate imposter syndrome by lunch. When you don't want to do anything, here's your solution, how to get it done fast, ahead of time, without any dread. Module 4 is what we gave you today was the best. It is the latest on negotiations that I've ever taught. And we have a whole module that offers supplementary information. If you want more, there is more, which is how to know what you really, really want before negotiations. I think this is a big mistake we make as women is we don't even know what we want and we go into negotiations. So of course, it's easy for the negotiations to go sideways. So here we drill down on what is it that would light you up about this career? The simple success method for negotiations. When you think you can't negotiate, here's all you need to do. 4-step strategy to guarantee success. Top 10 negotiation strategies, 4-step irresistible ask, 2 questions to 20x your career. Module 5 is rest. That's your ultimate productivity hack. So if you are always feeling like your to-do list is never ending, you're always behind, there's always more work, there's never enough to do, you're feeling really frazzled and overwhelmed in your life, everything feels like a rush. Here's what's happening. You're not resting enough. It's counterintuitive. A tired brain is like, I need to do more, more, more. No. How we start interrupting that is we start putting fun and rest in your cycle of your day, your schedule of your day. And as you rest, your brain's like, oh, okay, that's not an emergency. Oh, okay. The boss needs someone to cover call. It doesn't have to be me, right? A rested brain makes sense. An unrested brain is like everything's on fire. So we are the only community that puts rest as a premium. When you join, you get immediate access to my private client's personal favorite. I do a 6-minute grounding exercise. You can listen to this on your way to work to kind of calm you. You have a budget meeting you're scared about, listen to it to ground you. You want some help, your clinic is 2 hours behind and you're feeling really frazzled, take a little time to ground you. This can be used on your transition home. If you've had a hectic day, you don't bring that hectic energy to your kids. You can use it to go to bed. If you wake up at 3, it'll help get you back to sleep. It's incredible, the 6-minute grounding exercise. How to rest when your brain's screaming at you to be productive, 10 strategies for the best sleep of your life, how to rest when you can't get off the phone, a 3-minute bedtime routine. Oh, it's like magic. Expert sessions also include tapping, advanced sleep techniques, pause and presence, energy clearing, and CBT tools. You join today, you get the best sleep of your life tonight. That's how good it works. Without medicine, without buying a new mattress, without like having to monitor your caffeine intake, like just get good sleep tonight because you've had this access to this module. So that's what the curriculum looks like. And this curriculum delivers big wins. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to go through all of them, but all of these wins, we don't shoot for tiny raises. We are 5, 6-figure raise plus. When you know how to negotiate, this money comes to you. And this money is not just about freedom, it's also about respect, status, opportunities for you and your kids and your spouse and your community. Big money wins when you know how to negotiate. And the non-money wins are incredible too. Like in some ways, I think these are worth even more because they're time, they're opening up the time. So SE is a lab director, leaves 5 hours earlier every day, five to 5 times, 25 hours a week with this process. Jennifer leaves at 4 p.m. every day. Kay stopped working nights and weekends. MB dropped directorship, opened up 15 hours a week. Someone else doesn't take call anymore. We have a lot of people who do sabbaticals, paid sabbaticals to travel the world for 3 months, 12 months. Imagine taking the summer off to travel with your kids around the world. That's what we're talking about. Priceless. Someone else became chair, got grants, protected time, or coaching paid. Someone else became program director, raise, less service work. So, what I want you to be thinking is what's on your wish list? Let's just get it done. Like now, like in the next 30 days, let's get it done. How we partly get this done is we have weekly live coaching for life. So that means we have people who have joined as a resident. We're like, how do I work with my chair? I'm always getting bad evaluations. My chair's about to put me on probation. Worked through taking the board exams, chief residency, applying for fellowships, negotiating for their first job, buying their first house, having their baby, having their parents' age. We help you through every stage of life. It's my favorite part to see someone like go from a baby doctor to like a boss doctor. It happens fast. You just need a process. It's not time. Our call times rotate. We have people all over the world. New Zealand, UK, South America. We have people all over the world, so we rotate, or every month we have a new time to make sure that your schedule and your zip code are not a problem and everything's recorded so you have replays for weeks you can't make it. Just watch it on 2.0x if you want to and listen to it on your drive home. So here are a couple of topics from our last call. My boss denied my PTO. What do I tell the boss? I'm pregnant. What do I say? When do I say it? I have an upcoming HR meeting. My favorite manager just quit. My boss is totally overwhelming me. We do 360 support in my world. So you save yourself a lot of time and money not having to hire 10 different coaching places. You come in, we fix your job. We can support you in your marriage, with parenting, with teens, with college, with aging parents, with vacations, with buying houses, the whole thing. We help you with every part of your life forever. It's the best part. You can see these 360 wins. Like the wins aren't just limited to the job. Someone wrote, "This saved my marriage. I was heading for divorce and now I'm not." We have so many people who come in, like their job is so terrible, they don't see the red flags in other parts of their life. So we fix their job and they're like, oh my gosh, my marriage is kind of in trouble. I need some support. So then we fix the marriage. Instead of spending money on a divorce attorney, it's like, no, 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 we're going to use that money to go on a great vacation. So much more fun. Helping someone with their son's new diagnosis of ADD, helping their husband. I'll tell you this. This is a sidebar. I debated about telling you this, but since we're friends, I'll say it. We have so many clients who are like, my husband is jealous. I started your program 2, 3 weeks later. I'm making more money. My boss really respects me. Got this baller schedule, a new office, and my husband is jealous that he doesn't have this. And I'm like, girl, just teach him this. I don't have men in my coaching program. I don't anymore. And but you can teach your husband this. You can get him his 6-figure raise, a better schedule. Your marriage gets better. Your kids have a better life when their parents are paid more and home more. Helping someone get their son through medical school, Someone's in-laws was coming over every day unannounced. We fixed that real fast. We have so many people having babies in the program because I think when we're super stressed out about our job, we have this unconscious thought, I can't bring a baby into this world when I'm never home. We have so many babies in the program from women who had their job fixed and then their body was like, okay, feel it's safe now. I'm now taking international trips by myself. I sail around the world with my family at the wedding of my dreams. Why wait on any of this? Like, this is all waiting for you. Amy said, I thought I needed one-on-one private coaching. I'm thrilled I got all these results in a group container. Plus, Christina helped my husband get a six-figure raise. Our marriage is better now that we have more money and we both get to cut back our hours. Next Level Freedom delivers private level coaching results in a lifetime group coaching container for the price of a group coaching container. And I did this on purpose. I don't want people to be, I have paid lots of money, like $25,000 to be in a physician coaching program, someone else's container. And I was so stressed out about the price. It stressed out my marriage. It stressed me out. It's like, I don't ever want that. I want the people in my world to be able to come in and feel like they can access it, even when they're a resident, even if they're between jobs, even if they're going through a divorce, even if they're just having a baby, even if they're sending their kid to college and paying for their parents' nursing home experience, whatever. In 2019, I'd always been, by the way, it's a side note, I'd always been with a therapist probably for like 30 or 40 years. And I moved to Denver and there was like a 6 month backlog to find a therapist. And the pandemic happened. And now it wasn't 6 months, it was like a year to see a therapist. And I was really struggling mentally all by myself. I never want anyone in my world to ever have to do that. So that's why when you join my program, it's for life. We're with you forever. So yeah, um, come in here now, come in here 5 years ago, come like we're going to be here for 10 years from now. Like we're with you forever. So you never have to struggle alone ever, ever, ever again. You're done struggling on your own. We have guest expert coaching experiences. I think we have about 20 now, and it includes the most popular ones are how to chart, several on how to chart and get home fast. So you're not bringing work home. Growing your wealth with real estate, fixing your sleep, weight loss, decluttering, personal style expert, breaking through of to do less sex, human design. We have so many juicy, amazing guest experiences. So you don't have to research who's the best person to help me with charting. We bring in experts that are the best, and you get to benefit them for free as part of the program. Of course, if you want to work with them, you can, and then you know what they're like because you've already worked with them or you've already seen them. And you might not have to because you've watched their training. Book clubs for very busy physician women. So I like to say it's book club, sort of. You never expected to read it. I pick a book that's been meaningful to me or everyone's talking about it, and I give you like a 15-minute summary. I tell you what I hate about it, what I would do differently, how to apply it, and then we coach on it. So it requires, I believe in no homework for anyone ever. You work hard enough. No, no, no. We're a no homework zone. If you want to, you can. But here are some examples of the books I'm sure you've heard of: Atomic Habits, The Gap and the Gain, How to Break Up with Your Phone, Manifestation, Chatter by a clinical psychologist, University of Michigan. It is Done, Weight Loss, The Big Leap, Too Much. It's the best. And when you join, you get access to all of them. Our content vault, people love. I have a client who starts her day every day with a module that's in here because these content vaults are tiny little bitty classes on an essential theme like time management, healing from burnout, talking to difficult people, how to resign, reinvent yourself, work, family, vacations. And there's nothing we haven't talked about. We've coached on vacation with the in-laws, learning how to drive in snow, and everything in between. Grief. I love TV, so I do some coaching of TV shows. How to get your goals done early, self-compassion, handle any size disaster, get it done. Fast frameworks, phenomenal results. I'll say you never have to look at any of this. And some people really like to start their day with something because they feel like it grounds them. They have a positive voice. They learn something new. They start their day feeling very grounded. And you never have to look at it. With lifetime access, you have it forever. I wanted to show you two things that are in the content vault. One is coaching basics. You never have to learn this, but if you want to learn how to coach, you can go into the coaching basics. And that means that you have some tools to support yourself between calls. People have leveraged coaching basics to become the coach for the department so that they could decrease their FTE, get an accelerated promotion or funding. It's a great technique to another way to get down to part-time hours. Your Path and Focus podcast is my vintage podcast. It was my first one. So I think there's 2 years. People are obsessed with this. It's so good, but it's not available anywhere else in the world. I put it behind the paywall. It's very raw. Like I was in medicine at the time, so it walks you through what it was like and also the leaving of medicine. Like it all happened on this podcast and it's very raw. So I decided I don't want to leave it out in the public. I want that to be something kind of sacred that I share only with people who are in my world. It's yummy. So good. It's the only place you can get it. Women physician community, it's common to be at this stage of life and be like, where are my friends? Where are my friends at? Right? Because we've spent all this time raising kids and their kids go to college. You're like, wait a second, where are my friends? So this is your belonging, your community. You will be understood without saying anything because we've all been there. We've all done the same thing. It's for every transition in life, every triumph, unexpected setback, every week for life. There is a public podcast. Happy in Medicine is my public free podcast. And there's a private podcast for just people in my world. And this is where you're going to find your trainings and lessons and tips and all kinds of yummy things you can listen to on the go. So if you can't make the week call because you're doing a 100-hour week in the ICU coverage, you don't have to make it all. You just go listen to a 3-minute private podcast and get all the support you need for that week. And here's some of the topics we've discussed recently. I can't stop yelling at my kids. This is a no judgment zone, folks. We have all yelled at our kids. So find a place where you can just really let your hair down and get support. I got a bad clinical evaluation. My son won't stop playing video games. I don't know how to start my job search. I just can't stop working. I feel like I can't shut it down. We have a few features that are new this round. So our quick fire curriculum is the best parts. We take all of the curriculum, which you never have to look at, but we put it in 1 hour module. So you could listen to it at 2x on your drive home today. It takes you through everything in like 30 minutes. We're going to experiment. I love trying new things with monthly topics. So this is going to be at the group call. We meet once a week. The first 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give a lesson and it's going to be a theme based and then we'll coach on whatever's on your mind. It doesn't have to be related to the theme. So September, I've picked, we're going to talk about stop working nights and weekends in under 30 days with my SAFE method. October, we're going to talk about big money moves, not having to move for money, but like what are some actions you can take to make a lot more money fast. November is how to say no and set boundaries without backlash because listen, when the holidays are here, the hospital is crazy. So you need to know how to set boundaries. December is rest your way rich. January, how to make great decisions fast, like set your year up for success. February, we're going to do hard conversations, difficult people, huge payoffs. March, promotion on fast forward. May, advanced perks, bonuses, and protections you don't even know about. How's that sound? Good. All right, our third new feature is we have a 4 p.m. VIP Rewards Club. So when you hit the program promise of you're working part-time hours at your full-time job, no pay cut, you get access to a whole new world. It's called our 4 p.m. VIP Rewards Club. There's just more support. I put in there an advanced manifestation course. I paid $5,000 for a course that's not nearly as good as this. This is designed for physician women. People are using it to have babies after years of trying, create 6-figure raises, invent jobs, the house of their dreams. People are loving this course and it's free. As soon as you hit the program promise, you get even more support. Lastly, we are doing for the first time for Next Level Freedom, a live in-person event. I've been doing it for my high private clients, my coach certification, and now we're ready to do it for Next Level Freedom. It's exclusive content you won't hear anywhere else. I make it live for the people who are coming. I figure out who's coming, what's on their mind, and it's design all new content concepts for them. And then you get hours of coaching with me, hours of teaching, hours of girlfriend time. People will leave it saying I did 6 months transformation in one day. Here's some of the people what they said. Best day of my whole entire life. I left completely changed. I left with confidence I didn't even think was possible. This is just some of the feedback. You will love it. So what can you expect in your first 30 days? If you join in the next 48 hours, you're going to get a special private 100K call with me where we sit down and we strategize how to get you, how to customize negotiations for you, your boss, your center, your family. So you'll schedule that right away. We have a training how to stop working nights and weekends. You can watch that and be done with it. People have done it in as few as 2 weeks. Join a group call. We have one every single week. So that's what your first 30 days looks like. No more nights and weekends, and a plan for action to get 100K, to get a six-figure raise, five-figure bonus, 4-day work week. You can get your entire investment back in one module. We've had someone join on a Sunday, watch the negotiations training on a Monday, show up to the meeting with the chair on a Tuesday, and get a $60,000 raise. That's how fast it works. Get your whole ROI on 10 minutes of a call. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to come to every call. I say with Lifetime, pop in and out as you please. Come get coached. Stay if you want, leave if you don't. In 10 minutes, here's what people have done. Kelly gets home every day at 4 p.m. now. Jennifer went part-time hours at her full-time pay, just 10 minutes of coaching. Renee took the whole summer off to travel with her family. Marie got her 100K raise she was scared of asking for. We just helped her be able to ask. All of that was like 5 to 10 minute coaching session. I love this thought for you. You're one sentence away from what you want most. Like, give you an example. Jamie wanted to have a baby for a long time. She was waiting for this job to be fixed, waiting for this chair to retire. The one sentence that changed everything. I said, Jamie, this job's never going to be perfect. Your chair's going to be there forever. What do you want to do if this job is not perfect and chair's going to be there forever? She's like, I want to be a mom. And she's now getting ready to welcome her baby. Jess finally asked for a raise and got it. And the coaching that really helped her, the one sentence that released her, is they said, the worst your boss is going to say is a no. She's not going to fire you. She's not going to be mad at you. She's just going to say no. And then we can reposition and ask again until you get it. Jamie asked for the raise and she got it. Or Jess asked for the raise and then she got it. For me, leaving my first job, I had so much shame. I was like, oh my gosh, a better person could have. This is before coaching, before I invented a lot of this. A better person would have been able to figure it out. They would have found a chair who would support them. I'm not good at politics. I can't figure this out. And the one sentence that changed everything for me is my coach said, it was just time to go. That's it. You got everything out of it. You hit the ceiling of that job. It was time to go for a better one. When you join, we give you, or you've actually already seen this, but we'll give this to you again, 25 ways to get your investment paid. We have a templated form that many people send off to their business manager or chair, and oftentimes their boss will just pay for the program. But even if they don't, if you don't want to ask your boss or they say no, what we're going to do is create a six-figure raise or five-figure bonus. All of that covers your coaching for life. So my thought is, this coaching is going to pay for itself. Just get started. Let's get to work. Lifetime access, my very favorite part, means you don't have to rush or see it all or overwork here. Like, we are teaching you the process of not overworking. So of course we wouldn't tell you you only have access to this for 6 weeks. You have access forever, which means you never have to look at it and you can come and go as you please. I did a burnout coaching course though. I think it was 8 weeks. It was $5,000. I think it's now $10,000. 8 weeks. And I was under so much pressure to see everything right away because in 8 weeks I was going to lose access. I was like, wait a second. We're helping women physicians not have burnout, but we're burning them out in a coaching program. It makes no sense. So lifetime access means no more rushing. We're done with that. You can guarantee results fast when you're in a community, when you have a process, when you're working with an expert coach, when we're customizing everything to you. When it's backed by a lifetime community, your results are guaranteed. It's definitely more than a coaching program. I am leading a movement. We're the only physician community in the world that helps women physicians ethically cut back to part-time hours, keep her full-time salary, no pay cuts. I feel really strongly about this because we were put on this earth to be more than just doctors and RVU machine generators. There's so much more that's important. Being the mom we want to be, like, we didn't work this hard not to see our kids. This heals families. This prevents divorces. I think patients have better outcomes. Studies have shown that. We live longer when we're in community. We have other women who understand us. We feel better when we're the mom we want to be, when we get to see our kids every day. I want you to join the movement right now. So in summary, here's what you get as soon as you join: our 5-module curriculum, weekly life coaching for life, support on everything forever, experiences with guest coaches, book clubs, content vault, private podcasts, coaching basics, community. And then new this round, the people who are joining now, you're going to see this is for everyone in the group. Quickfire curriculum, monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP Rewards Club, live in-person event. If you join, you get in the next 48 hours, you get a 48-hour special bonus. So this is between now, it's actually less than 48 hours, now and Saturday, August 16th, noon Mountain Time. You get your own private one-on-one 100K private call with me. It's only live for 48 hours. On this call, we're going to map out your 100K negotiation strategy. This call could generate $100,000 for you. You saw it, though. Those people like coach less than 10 minutes, 100K raise. Now imagine 45 minutes. We're going to make sure that you know who to talk to, what to say, how to follow up. Customize your very special path to fewer hours and more pay. You can stop saying, I'm waiting for promotion. I'm waiting for this boss to retire. I'm waiting to do my time. I'm waiting for a better economy. No, no, no. We're just going to fix it. We're going to fix it now. It's the ultimate in privacy. It's just you and me. Nothing's recorded. You can schedule it today. This 48-hour bonus isn't for sale. You can't get it any other time. It expires Saturday, August 16th, noon Mountain Time. You have to be registered to see the bonus, or if you go there now, we're clocking like when people join, then you'll access it and you can schedule today. Here's what people have created on that call. Finally decided to have a baby. I realized I could leave at 4 p.m. every day. Christina helped me see I was ready for early promotion, that I could negotiate and get a 100K raise. So what's included is you have the 5-module curriculum, weekly coaching, 360 support, guest expert experiences, book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics community, new this round, the quickfire curriculum, monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, live in-person event. And when you join now before 48-hour bonus expires, you get a 100K negotiation private strategy call with me. That could be worth $100,000 all by itself and what we can create for you. I did something new this time. I was like, how do I reward people who are actually on the call, right? Who are making time to come see this? What would be fun and exciting? Like something we could just over deliver to them. And so this is the top secret bonus. It's $100,000 week. Never offered it before to the next level of freedom. It is something my private clients love. They get so many results from it. So I decided I'm going to offer this 1 week of private video coaching with me. It is not for sale. You can't get this in any other offer. It's support on any topic in the moment, mindset, strategy, behind the scenes, custom tools. Anyone has done this has been like, this is such an incredible, personalized, strategic support. It is in group. It's you and me on sort of like a text chain, but it uses Marco Polo, which is a video feature. You can have an expert coach on call, like in your pocket during negotiations, as your life is happening, not just when the Zoom room is open. People have used this call to get 6 months ahead. This could generate 100K all by itself. It's only available while the Zoom room is open. People have said on this, I got 6 months of progress and results with this video coaching. It was a breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. It was so much fun, and I love the private space and the same day coaching. It's so much better than private coaching because there's no offer of private coaching where I'm like there for you every day. This is that having that support every day that we do this. So in summary, here's where we're at. New 5-module curriculum, weekly life coaching for life, 360 support, 15 guest experts, experiences, book club, content vault, private podcast, community basics, community, your quickfire curriculum, your monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, live in-person event. When you sign up now, you get the top secret 100K week. You also snag a 48-hour bonus, which is your 100K call. It is for a one-time payment of $2,500 or 3 monthly payments of $875. Doors will close for the rest of this year in exactly 7 days, Thursday, August 21st, midnight Eastern time. So you can either put your phone camera to this QR code. I also emailed everyone who was registered at 12:30 Mountain Time, and that will take you to the website so you can enroll and have immediate access to everything. Go ahead and schedule your 48-hour 100K bonus call. You'll be onboarded. Our next call is on Thursday. You get immediate access to everything. We can go to work right away. If you, for whatever reason, the QR code isn't working for you, or let me know when you join and I will give you a shout out. But there's also, you can go to https://christinaarnoldcoaching.com/next-level-freedom with a hyphen in between each of those words. If you have questions, I'm going to do Q&A next. So everybody load up your questions. I'm just going to do the Q&A until there are no more Qs. So load them up. Load them up. Let me know what your questions are. Your questions can be on anything. It could be on the negotiation strategy. It could be on something I didn't cover, or you're confused about a feature, or you want to know what time we met, or you're wondering about a bonus. Whatever your question is, I'm going to answer it. So go ahead and put it in there. I will stay on as long as your questions. So this is your time. If you're like, I want to get something customized, a meeting with my boss next week, or I'm really excited. I think I could do this. Here are my three offers. How do I handle this? I will give you advice as long as there's questions. Does that sound good? All right, let me give you a minute to put in your questions. I also want to say, if you have questions that are of a more private nature that you don't feel comfortable asking here, which is fine. Oh, by the way, everything's anonymous. So, give me a sec. The Q&A box, you can send it to me with your name. There's also an option I put on there to send it anonymously. So this is a private space. I'm not going to repeat anyone's email or anything personal like that. But if you have a question that we just can't get to today, feel free to, this is your Is This For Me private sales call. If you put your QR code here, it'll take you to my appointment calendar. I put up 10 spots. This is a no pressure, no icky sales tactics. This is a private space for you and I. You can have all your questions answered, big, small, there's nothing silly. I want you to book this call if you have a question. You can also email me, respond to any of the emails that I've sent. I personally do all the responses for this launch. You're going to leave on the call with also, I'm going to give you three specific strategies of how to make your job better now. Three things you have never considered. We're going to customize this for you. It's a great use of your time if you have questions. I will hold your 48-hour bonus. So if you're like, I really have questions, but I want the 40-hour bonus, book it now. We're going to look at timestamps. So if you book this 48-hour call, or if you book this as this for me call, we're going to just flag it as we're going to hold the 48-hour bonus for you. We won't be able to hold the 100K week video coaching. That's only for people who are like fast action joining right now. Those people will get the 100K call. And we only have 10 spots. So definitely book now. If you see it, if you want to do it, and you don't see a time, just respond to an email or send me an email and we'll find a time for you. All right, should we do some Q&A? Yeah? Okay, who's got cues? Who has some cues? Oh my gosh, you guys have so many cues. I love it. Put all your cues in and we're going to go through all of them. Um, 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 um. Oops, that's my presentation. I love your cues. We're going to get to them. I'm just opening up the box. Oops, that's not right. I'm letting take this as extra time to type in your cues while I open up my form. Oh, you know what I should leave you on? I should leave you on this page, right? Someone said, where's that page? I want to join. There you go. Go to that QR page. Let me know when you're in and get started on the cues. Okay. Let's start. Write in your cues. I'm going to just go in order. I apologize. I didn't catch that black box. I was on a roll. So hopefully it didn't obstruct anything too essential. And also, I don't know about you, but I usually listen to things on audio. So hopefully if you were listening, if the audio came through, you were able to see that. And I thank everyone who sent in a note to check the black box. You guys are veterans. You have seen me fight with that black box. We did a computer upgrade that I thought it was going to be gone. But nevertheless, you're brilliant physicians. I'm sure you were able to hear what you needed. If not, let me know. Regarding the getting creative, would asking someone else other than the boss be seen similarly to asking the admin? See if folks that are like going behind the boss's back. I'm so glad you asked this. I tried to address this very subtly, but I'm so glad you gave the opportunity. When I teach this concept of just be creative, find the person who can say yes. Oftentimes a physician is like, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm going above their back. I'm stepping on their toes, right? Because we really care about relationships. That's what it means. It means that, of course, we do. We care about relationships. We are relationship gurus and experts. Of course, we think about that. But what I want you to remember is that how we teach it, we're going to take care of that relationship. So, for example, a couple of things come to mind is a couple of examples where the physician first asked their boss for a raise. Their boss said no. They were asking the wrong person. The boss can't say yes to that. The division director does not have that authority. And then they went to the chair or the CMO. They were able to negotiate their raise for herself and her boss. Her boss was happy. Her boss was thrilled. She's like, I'm gonna get a six-figure raise, and all I had to do was say yes, ma'am, please. So how we negotiated, we absolutely take care of them. And it will look different at every center. So for some people, we just move forward with the conversations and we don't let that division director know, not as a sneaky thing, but that they are busy. They don't need one more thing to do. And some, if it's a very sensitive person who absolutely wants to know, we might tell them ahead of time, listen, I know you're really busy. I don't want to burden you. I also want to get a raise. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go over there and ask for a raise, and I'm going to look out for you too. I'm going to find a way that we all benefit from this. But I want to let you know because I don't want you to be surprised or feel like I'm stepping on your toes, for example. So we customize it depending on what is the shape, the personality of your boss. Some direct bosses don't want to know. They're like, oh, thank God you're going to go somewhere else. Right. Right. So we just handle it in a very sensitive way. So to summarize, you're not wrong for worrying about them. And we absolutely prioritize taking care of relationships. There's also nothing wrong with saying there's nothing wrong for me philosophically of apologizing if they're mad and saying, I'm sorry, I didn't know it would upset you. I thought I was doing the better thing because I was saving you time. And we can repair these things. Relationships are important and they're also very resilient. They can be repaired if you have advanced coaching skills, which is what I give you. I teach my clients how to kind of coach and repair and tend to these relationships. Would you recommend working with physician recruiters for a fellow? I was told do not expect $350,000 as an unexperienced pathologist. Okay, I love that you asked this. Okay, fantastic. Here's what. Who is this physician recruiter? Is she a physician? And even if she has she you gotta follow the money here. This physician recruiter is most of them are not physicians, one. So I would never work with someone who's not a physician. She does not know she does not know how powerful you are. Also, follow the money. If a hospital is paying a physician recruiter to go recruit physicians, guess what that hospital is telling that physician recruiter? You better keep this salary down. I am not going to pay you if you're going to break my bank. Here's what you need to do. The recruiters wind up becoming sort of like bouncers at a club of like stonewalling. No, we can't do this. We can't do. I have seen so many physician recruiters do physicians wrong and dirty because of the money they're getting paid by the hospital. They're not into you getting. So you really want to figure out like what are people's motives. For me, for example, my incentive, you know who I work for? You. So my job is to get you the most money and the best schedule as fast as possible. That's my metric of success. I am on your side. Don't hire someone or take someone's advice who's not on your side. So personally, physician recruiters, I would say no thank you to. I would just join Excel Freedom instead. Especially your position, they're telling you you can't expect top salary because a new pathologist. That's someone that's a 9 to 5 person saying, okay, I have a lead here. I'm going to get a bonus when she signs at this lower rate. That is the physician recruiter looking after them, not you. Follow the money. Only work with someone who you're the top priority. Period. There are $50 million on the line. Do not let a physician recruiter hold you back. Someone else said, do you include MGMA data? I don't. And here's why. MGM data is used to hurt you. It will derail your negotiations. You don't need MGM data. And here's why. Universities use it to cherry pick what information they want you to know. It's not accurate. It's entirely out of date the moment it comes out. It's by the reporting of the previous year. It tells you nothing about what's happening at your university. It has nothing to do with all kinds of really important perks. Universities, hospitals use it to limit your negotiating leverage, power, and salaries. Do not. So I don't use MGM data. I tell my clients don't settle for MGMA standards break salary records. We set salary records in my program. We do not settle for standards. So you don't even worry about MGMA data. You don't need it. You need to be paid top dollar with the best schedule. That's what you need. You lit me up with this question. I'll say this. This is how it comes. My chair would tell me, we pay 50% of MGA standards here. As if that was a good thing. Does she know what it means? But this is how the universities use it. It's like leverage to keep you underpaid. What she's saying is 50% of physicians across the world are paid better than me. That's not hot. That's terrible. We need to be paid top dollar. So don't limit yourself by standards. Don't limit yourself by what people are currently making. So at my first job, everyone's like, you can't get more than XYZ. And if I'd listened to them, I would have been underpaid from the beginning. I went in saying, whatever they offer me, I'm going to ask for more. I'm going to break salary standards. And that's what I did. So that's what I teach my clients. You don't need standards. The other thing there's one more thing I wanted to say about the MGMA standards. Oh, they're just wildly inaccurate. So it's a sampling bias problem. Not everyone is reporting, and not everyone's reporting is accurate. So don't even waste your time with MGMA standards. Okay, what if the people they hire are the ones that are favorites? Are women without kids or dads with stay-at-home wives? Yes, that's going to be most people. Yes, most people will. I mean, every center I've been at, the most people that were there were white men who had stay-at-home wives or divorced women. Um, a young mom was not the majority, so I agree. A mom who's the breadwinner, not the majority. I don't agree with you sentence, but you can't change the culture. I think that's where in coaching we would say, don't limit yourself there. And by the way, the goal isn't to change the culture. The goal is to get you paid top dollar and have your schedule make sense so you can have work-life balance. That's the goal. You don't actually have to change the culture to get that. And also, when you do this, and then we help your friends do this, that actually does change the culture. But the priority has to be you. And we absolutely can do this. I've done this from Harvard to private practice all across the country. We've been able to do this at every center we've gone to. So you just need a process and an expert coach, and you need a mindset. You can get what you want, even if the white men in the group all have stay-at-home wives. So, what to do if there's no plan B is that's a priority in our program. You're just telling yourself there's no plan B. What I'm seeing is your brain is really against you right now, and that's why you need a coach really intensely right now. You need a coach. You're filled with really harsh sentences against yourself. I can't change the work culture. Everyone is bullying me. I have no options. That is not true with so much love. And how I can spot that is that was me too. I told you that story. My first job, I was like, no one's going to hire me. I can't find a plan B. There is no option, right? And as long as I'm thinking that, that's the reality I created for myself. And the job got worse and worse and worse. In coaching, we learn our thoughts create our reality. Your thoughts are full of really painful suffering, and none of it is true. You always, always, always have an option. You just need some help on seeing it. You have an option. I mean, boss bullying you with so much love, whose boss doesn't bully them? I mean, I just like in medicine, the worst bosses in the world. It should be illegal. It's not. HR is on the side of the boss. HR will always support the boss, even if they're abusing you. That's just what I've seen that as well, being in medicine too. It doesn't stop you. So here's my example for this, Namaste. I'm very glad you brought this up. I had a boss who bullied me. She threatened to fire me. Do you remember the intro? I said my boss threatened to fire me. I mean, it wasn't just me. Like she would go around the department, we're gonna fire you. We're gonna fire you. Like Oprah's like, you get a car, you get a car. She was like, we're gonna fire you. You. That was her. She was very aggressive, very much bullied me. And I still negotiated out of call, part-time hours, got her support. Why? Because your boss doesn't need to like you to get top pay and a schedule. You need a process. You need an expert coach. You need a lifetime coaching community. Your boss doesn't have to like you. You can get what you need from this boss. The other piece of this that we would have to bring in consideration. If your boss is abusing you, we have to bring in the possibility, do you want to stay in a situation where you're being actively abused? Sometimes the answer is yes, I want to sort this out. We're going to figure this out together. And sometimes the answer is no, I want to go. But either way, when you make that decision, I want to stay or I want to go, you telling yourself, this is what I want, this is the work I want to do, is so empowering. Because the truth could be, I mean, you could leave and the same boss is like the same kind of boss. Like, I don't know about you, but I've been all over the country and the same people in different bodies. Like, you do have to learn the skill of negotiation. We can for sure help you with it. But I think part of it is the mindset. As long as you're in, I have no options, my boss is always bullying me, I can't change anything, this job is definitely going to get worse. I just want, if I say one thing to you, is that you absolutely have options always. Always have options to keep yourself safe. You just get to choose what option you want to pick. You can always leave this job. There is no law that says you have to stay at this job. And sometimes we do need to consider other options, other cities. We need to consider virtual work. We need to consider digital work. We need to consider like some consulting work. We need to consider being a coach. Like, but there, I could think without even knowing you, just seeing these 5 lines, I see 10 options that you haven't seen before. You need a coach to help open your mind. It's possible for you. I hate that your boss is a bully. And also, the solution isn't to skip jobs to find another bully. The solution is, let me manage this bully if you're up for it. If not, I'm also up for helping you find another job. But you have to start from the mindset, it's possible for me too. There's no one in my program who we've not been able to help. You're not going to be the first. We're going to help you. All right. All right. So yes, this web, if you've registered, you're going to get the recording. Yes, that will come to you. If you're in my program, you're going to get the slides. So we kind of like separate things out. If you're in my program, you're going to get the slides and recording. If you're registered but not in my program, you'll get the recording. You can definitely, I'm going to make that lifetime, so you can have that for as long as you want. Feel free to keep adding. I'm going to just keep answering these questions until all the questions are answered. So feel free to add more, anonymous attendee. If I didn't answer something or something else comes up, let me know. But I just want you to like leave with the possibility, what if it was possible for me too? What if I did have options? What if I could work with this bully? What could if I could outmaneuver this? I'm telling you, that boss who was a big bully, I out-negotiated her in circles. I mean, it's ridiculous what I created. Your boss can be a bully and you still get paid top dollar and a good schedule. You just have to have a really good negotiation process. It sounds like you don't have that, but we definitely can help you next level freedom. Can we use this if I've already signed a job and the interview process is done? I love that you asked that. Okay, listen, it is never too late. So the main slide I showed you at the beginning, the main problem women physicians have is they think they have one shot at the very beginning of the career, at the interview. Not true. That's your main thought error here, is you think because the interview is over, negotiations are over. Not true. And in fact, how I work with people at every stage, new fellows in place, senior leaders. I'll say, having seen this, mid-level people who are already in place, you have a distinct advantage. Several reasons. They know you. They like you. They depend on you. Your name is on the schedule. Most importantly, your name is on the schedule. To replace you, studies say cost about $1 million, plus it will take at least a year. And after going through this heavy recruiting process and interviews, and it takes so long to get credentialed and to get a license, that person could come, or maybe they don't get a license. Or maybe they get another job offer and they leave. Or maybe they don't fit in. Or maybe they are an alcoholic. Or maybe they are sexually harassing everyone and have to be fired. There's no guarantee at all. That you are already in place means you have a lot of negotiation levers to push. It is not too late. This process works at any level, any stage. That's why it's a universal process. You want to learn it soon. We absolutely can help you. You hold a lot of negotiation leverage when you're in place. No, 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 no. It's not over. Remember at the very beginning, I said negotiating at the job is part of the job. Don't go to sleep on the job. If you're not actively negotiating every year in our world, in my world, we negotiate. They're conversations. So I tell people every annual review, you should be asking for something. Every time the chair calls you in to take over something, that should be a yes upon decreased FTE, more salary. Like every year, your job should be getting better. Seniority buys you a better schedule and better pay if you know how to negotiate. If you don't, every year it gets worse. So the skill you need in anonymous attendees negotiations, we absolutely can help you with that. Have you worked with a Kaiser physician and helped them negotiate? I have worked with some Kaiser people. I don't really talk to California, I think. I don't really get into details of where people are. I know someone has mentioned, at least a couple of people have mentioned Kaiser. Um, but I don't get into details because to me it doesn't matter. We're negotiating whether, and we're negotiating whether you're an RVU-based clinician, whether you're a researcher, whether you're union-based, whether you're none of the above. Like we're just negotiating. Doesn't matter where you are. We just negotiate. I would like to know about the 48-hour bonus. So the 48-hour bonus is if you sign up between now, and it's actually less than 48 hours, between now and Saturday, August 16th, noon Mountain Time, you get this 100K call. So this is where you and I, we get on a private call, it's just the two of us, and we figure out what's going on at your institution. What have you tried? What's working? What's not working? You leave with a whole new way to approach your job, with the goal being six-figure rate, five-figure bonus, 40 work week. The goal being get to part-time hours at your full-time schedule, or your part-time hours, your full-time pay, protecting your schedule. That goes away Saturday, August 16th at noon Mountain Time. You can't buy it. It's not available any other time. That's the 48-hour bonus as you get that call. If you sign up now, you also get that 100K week, the video week with me. Okay. So let's see. Hope that answered your question. What else do we have? Okay, Mary said she's been following this for years and she's joined. She's in. Congratulations. Welcome, Mary. Question is, when can I schedule my bonus call? Schedule today. We have the August and September schedule out. If you don't see a time that works, let me know. We're going to be also adding October very soon. Trish says her friend forwarded the email. She's here and she's in. Amazing, Trish. And that's a really good. If your friend is in the program and gives you an email or lets you know when you join, let us know. You each get a private one-on-one. We don't really advertise it. The idea is like, why not? Like help people, incentivize people. Our time is important. So if you come in with a friend, let us know. You each get a one-on-one, a private one-on-one, a bonus one. All right, Lisa says she's in and she can't wait. I can't wait either, Lisa. We're going to get to work. Get in there. You're going to have an email immediately that gives you access to everything. So you can start listening to things if you want to today. Schedule your call today. Our next group call is Thursday. Congratulations. Okay, so to recap, what's included is when you join now, you get a 5-module curriculum, weekly coaching for life. This is our 5th year. We coach on everything: money, relationships, sex, weight loss, sleep, all of it, jobs. Our specialty is negotiating for raises, bonuses, and salaries and schedules. But usually that's a couple of calls, and then someone's like, let me tell you about my husband. Let me tell you about my son. Let me tell you about my mama. Right? So we deal with it all. 15, I think it's really more close to 20 guest expert experiences. We have someone come in about once a quarter to offer a different dimension of coaching that I don't offer, that I don't personally, I'm not an expert in. We bring someone in to showcase more tools. So that's a fun bonus. Book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics, community, new this round, you get quick fire curriculum, monthly topics. For our, let's see, you're going to love the monthly topics we have stacked up. 4 p.m. VIP Rewards Club. As soon as you hit our program promise, you unlock more support, a live in-person event. You'll leave feeling like a totally new person with a lot of besties and support, ideas, energy. It's incredible. When you sign up now, when my Zoom room is open, and it's not going to be open forever, we're going to be wrapping up soon. You get the 40-hour bonus, a private 100K call with me. And people have created $100,000 on this one call. We are going to map out how to make this job work for you. Even if Your boss is a bully. Even if you're a fellow and the recruiters have told you you can't get top pay because you're not experienced, even if your boss doesn't like you, even if you're in a community full of white men who have stay-at-home wives, which I think is every community, we're going to get this working for you. We're going to change the culture one person at a time. You're the priority. And if you sign up before the Zoom room closes, you also get a 100K week with me. We're going to coach you for a week in the program in real time, personal one-on-one coaching. You can create 100K from that alone. So that's what's involved. It's a one-time payment of $2,500, one-time payment, lifetime coaching, 100K week, 100K call when you join now. There's also a payment plan option, 3 monthly payments at $875. Our doors close Thursday, August 21st, midnight. Put your phone on that QR code or go to https ChristinaArnoldCoaching.com/next level freedom with a space between next and level. Else. Next group call, you get to meet next to everything, and next group call is on Thursday. And then I just say about the investment, I just say assume it's going to be paid either from your university through the template form or through your raise or through your bonus or through some other channel. Like that is paid. Don't let that be something that stops you. Like that's exactly our goal. As soon as you join, we have 25 ways to get your investment paid. Like that should not be a decision, something that stops you. But let me know what your questions are. Okay, let me know what your questions are. I'm getting to the, oh no, there's a lot of questions. But listen, if you have to go, go. I'm just going to answer all these questions. And if you have to go, just come back to the replay so you can hear the rest of it if I didn't answer your question yet. If you have something that I haven't answered or you asked me something and something else came up, just write it in. When are the group sessions? So we rotate times. Our next session is Thursday. I don't know. I think it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time is next Thursday. But every month we move the session around so that people from across the world are able to join. Sometimes we have them on Sunday afternoons. Sometimes we have them on Tuesday mornings. Sometimes we have them Tuesday evenings. So we have designed it so your schedule, your zip code is not an issue. We have people from all across the globe. We also record everything. So even if you're in Mountain Time with me, you're in Denver, Colorado, but you're in the operating room, you can go just like watch the replay as well. How does that sound? How does a raise for us translate for a raise from your boss? How can we make our raise look like a win for them too? So I'll say this, like this is the work we do inside my program. So I can't give you everything on this free call. I can just tell you like we have done this for multiple people. How we do it is I'll give you some examples of how we've done it is we've had someone who, let's say she didn't go to her division director, she went directly to her chair. She got the $100,000 raise. And then she said, you know, my division director, I don't want her to be underpaid. Can we wrap the raises in together? So we just asked. Another person was for several candidates, the fastest way I've done it. Other ways we've done it is the client got the 100K raise and then she taught her colleague or she had her colleague join the program and then we did that. That's also equally successful. It takes a little bit of time because now we're scheduling second conversations, but I mean, $100,000 raise, I can wait a couple weeks on that. But if you don't want to, you can, once you secure yours, you can advocate for your colleague at the same time. So yes, what I was saying in the coaching session is my priority is my clients, but I know as soon as we fix this for you, I mean, your husband's going to be like, I'm jealous. How do we do this? You're going to teach him. He's going to go do the same thing. Your boss is going to be like, oh, how do I do that? You say, okay, here's how I do it. This is what I did. We keep her up to date on this is where the conversations are. So you know how to do this too, or you negotiate or you wrap it into the conversation. There's so many options. I would say I don't have one specific strategy because this is the part at this level we're customizing it for you. Our priority is always you. But as you saw from the slide, like as soon as one person figures this out, she doesn't hoard it to herself. She tells the other people around her and they get that too. I've already signed the contract. Is it too late to negotiate? Listen, my philosophy is it's never too late. It is never too late. It is never too late. Hear me, Laurel. It is never too late. You can open the conversations. These are conversations. What your question says is your brain thinks you're going to go to this job and never negotiate again. Not true. You can have another negotiation after you sign. I teach my clients every time we meet with our boss, we should be asking for something. Faculty meeting, annual review, when they ask us to do something, this is a two-way street. That's how it works. So it is not too late. Ideally, we would love to ask before we sign the contract, but nothing has changed. We work with what we have. If you have signed, you can still negotiate. You absolutely can. We have to kind of go through a more like surgical process, like a little more careful, delicate dance. There's more nuances for it than what I covered here, but we absolutely can. You absolutely can. We can help you with that. CME. So that's a great question, Joanna. With the CME is we partner with CME Fi. And part of the partnership is I can't go into the details, but in the terms and agreements, if you go scroll down, if you go to this page where the offer is, there's a button for terms, or I think it's under hyperlink for our terms and agreements, and it tells you CME, we partner with, it tells the language I'm allowed legally to say, and then it gives you a website. All the information is at that link. So while I can't discuss the selling part, that's part of my contractual third-party agreement with this company, their link tells you everything you need to know. It's very user-friendly. All my clients love it. I've never had one single complaint about it. They're very responsive to questions if you don't see your answer there. But yes. Okay, what is the cost? So I think I'm getting to questions that might have been before the last slide, but yes, Anna, thank you for asking. So what's included is this 5-module curriculum, weekly life coaching, 360 support, guest expert speakers, book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics, community. All these new features you're going to get have never been seen before or are new for this cohort, this quickfire curriculum, monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, live in person. And when you join down before you close the Zoom room, you get this top secret 100K week. It's video coaching with me for a week. 48-hour bonus. If you sign up between now and Saturday at noon Mountain Time, you're going to get a 100K call. It's just you and me. We are going to figure out this job forever for good for you. And it's a one-time payment of $2,500. I have a couple of questions like, is it really just one time? Is it once a year? Is it once a quarter? I get this. This is coming from most physician group coaching programs are somewhere between 25 to 60 to $100,000 a year. So a lot of times you're like, why is it $2,500? That can't be right. That must be a typo. It's not. It's not because remember, I'm leading a movement. I want everyone in this program. I want everyone. Our goal is we get to work and we get this payment paid either through your boss or through a raise or through your job or a raise or a bonus. This payment is not on you. We're going to figure out a way to make it happen because I want more women to be able to become moms or not become moms or to have that work-life balance you work so hard for. It heals community. It makes the planet safe. When women have more money, the world is safer. I am on a movement. So this price reflects, I want no one to have price to be a barrier. That's what it means. And there's a monthly payment plan, $875. Doors close Thursday, August 21st, midnight Eastern time. You can also go to ChristinaArnoldCoaching.com/next level freedom with the hyphens between next level freedom. Thank you for answering that. I hope that helps. Anna said she joined. She's in. She feels so good already, and she hasn't even watched a module. Amazing. That's how it works. That's how fast it works. When our body sees us go into action, that there's this way, there's this hope, there's this possibility, there's this whole new world we've never considered. It feels amazing. That's your first transformation. So Anna, welcome. I'll see you on Thursday, and let's focus on getting your investment covered. I'm glad you liked it, Anna. Okay. How can I use this as the boss when people are coming to me asking for a raise that I may not be able to afford? How can I use this to negotiate with the insurance company so I can get better reimbursement so I can afford those raises? Yeah, so it's really interesting for the negotiation piece is that when you see this as a boss, I mean, you can use it for you. You can kind of see like these are the negotiation strategies that are out there, and then you can talk about how you can see it from the other vantage point. Your staff may come to you with very similar language, and now you have that information ahead of time. You have something to work with. You can be prepared for that. You can have your answer there. And then it's about using the negotiation skills are universal. They're not just for um, a staff to a senior leader, they're for a senior leader and onward too. It's the same processes. The person where you're working, Kaiser versus academics versus this or that, the process is universal. You just adapt it to the person you're talking to. Remember that 5-part script, that's for anyone. Meet their $1 million need. That's the same thing you're going to want. If you're talking to an insurance company, that's the lens you're going to want to work with. People will work with you when it knows you're going to save them money. So that's the work you'll have to do. We can help you with that in the program, but it's to really take that 5-part script and adapt it to who you're talking with. That's the exact surgical work you want to do, is state their need to them better than they even understand it. Show them how them partnering with you in this way saves them money. That's the work you have to do to get the money you're looking for. And that is universal. Agreed. Get those raises. I love also that you're so in tune with your staff and you want to give them that money. I think having that desire that your staff want more money, amazing. That you're hearing them, amazing. Now the next step is securing that money. And I'd also ask you say you brought insurance companies up. That's one channel. Where are all the channels? Where are other channels that can be tapped on to open to see like how else can we get more money for this staff that you really prize and you want to keep? And I think that's for everyone is where can our brain likes to fixate on, I'm going to ask my division director. The division director doesn't have any money. So we want to expand. Okay, how do we talk to the chair, the insurance company? Where are all the levers that I can see and how can I be pushing on them? How can I ask for raise when rural hospital is struggling? So couple of answers to this is you have to be your advocate first. Rural hospital is struggling, you're not on your side there. And you assume that if you're underpaid, your hospital does better. Not true. How I look at it is this. If your hospital is struggling, by the way, when has medicine not been struggling? Have you ever seen an email from any hospital ever that says we're doing so great this year? Everybody gets a bonus. Never. Why is that? How can it, when the economy does this, how come medicine is always like, it's the worst, we're a hiring freeze, no one's getting any raises? How come? Is because if you think like the psychology behind that, if a leader says we're struggling and 95% of the faculty don't ask for raises, guess what the leader learns? We're going to say this every single year, even on up years. Even your rural practice setting, I bet if we looked into it, we would find savings where they have millions of dollars in the bank because they have to. They have to be prepared for unexpected pandemics, lawsuits, crises. The money is there. They're telling you they're struggling. My suggestion is don't believe everything they're telling you. Follow the money trail. If it's their advantage that you'll stop asking, if they keep telling you, they're going to keep telling you they're struggling. Also, think of it on the other hand. If your hospital is struggling, how you can save them a lot of money is if you stay. You will stay if you're paid well. Your brain is kind of put at odds that it's either like I'm getting paid well or the like someone is going to struggle and suffer. And that's what happens when we're in a patriarchal medicine society that kind of like there's all or nothing. There's a pie and there's only a certain amount. And if you get more, I get less. That's not true. What happens here is there's a way for everyone. How we treat negotiations is there's a way for everyone to benefit. Your struggling hospital will benefit if you stay in it. How do you stay is getting paid better. And then I really want to say this to you, anonymous attendee. I want you to hear this. You listening? Don't believe everything they say. How can, this is what we've helped people in rural hospitals get raises and better schedules. What's really interesting is when we look at those hospitals, the CEOs are getting payouts of millions of dollars of bonuses, hundreds of thousands of dollars. How can that hospital really be struggling if the CEO has a $500,000, $2 million bonus? How is that possible? Only possible if they're not being honest about their money. Because your hospital is broke, they may not be broke. And even if they are, it doesn't mean you have to be broke. If they're struggling, you're at a tremendous negotiating leverage. You can help them by staying, by being paid better. But you're going to have to be your advocate first. And that's what we help you with inside the program. What do you think about that, anonymous attendee? So then you said public health care more and more underfunded. All that's going on here is you're believing all the politics they're sending you. They're sending you, we're struggling, global politics. CNN said this. You're taking all these scary stories and you're using them against yourself to be underpaid for the rest of your career. I'm saying don't believe them. All these stories that you're putting in the Q&A, I hear you. They're not coming from you. They're coming from someone else telling you. And I just want you to leave with, what if it's not true? The CEO got a $2 million bonus this year. What if they're not really struggling at all? What if I can help them? If I stay because I'm paid well. So I would just, this is where having a coach in a community is essential, is because we can help you see through all these painful stories that are given to you to be an obstacle so you're underpaid. So the CEO gets to collect more money. We just start removing those obstacles. We start just finding ways of, what if it's possible for you too? Okay, I'm already in the program Next Level Freedom. Can I upgrade to get the new features, the 100K video, the 100K week, the 100K bonus? So we do I'm glad you're in the program already, MT. I'm so glad you're here. And we do every round, we have someone who's already in the program who joins again to get all of the bonuses. You absolutely can if you want to. That is the only way to get them. And if you're like, no, that like that's not an option for me financially right now. I mean, first of all, I'd say, what if it is? What if we just like go to work to get this raise? But also, if not, you're in the program. You can come to the group calls. We absolutely can help you with this in the group calls for sure. For the private experience, you would have like this would be the upgrade would be to get in the program. And then yes, you can have those if you join. Someone asked, can I have the is this for me call here? So if you'd like to book an Is This For Me call, someone said, well, how does this work? If you have questions that we haven't got to, or you want to ask some questions like in a really cozy, safe space, then you can definitely put your camera here. It will take you directly to my scheduling calendar. You can book it today. I think we have calls for tomorrow. We have 10 calls available. If you don't see anything, just respond to any of the emails or write me, and we'll set something up on your schedule to make sure you had all your questions answered. It's not, you ask like, what's this call like? It's not pressured. It's not an icky sales tactics. Most people come on the call and are yes, and some people aren't. And either way, you're going to get a really beautiful call with 3 specific actions you can do to make your job better today, forever. You have it forever. So I don't pressure people because I don't want anyone in here who feels like, I mean, we get bullied enough at work. You don't need someone bullying you on these calls. So it's just like a service for me. I just want to get to know you better. I want you to feel so comfortable. Even if your decision is no, I want you to just, my goal is to help you get to a decision so you don't have to think about it. I have looked at programs and thought about for months or whatever, or felt like a lot of pressure, and I don't want you to have that. So when you book this call, we're going to answer all of your questions. There'll be no pressure. You're either going to say yes or no, but you're going to feel amazing about it. And you'll stop thinking about it because we want you to get results. We don't want you to be thinking about, should I join? We want you to get results, whether it's in this program or not. So yes, this call is absolutely free. And when you book it now, we'll hold that 48-hour bonus for those of you who are booking it within this time frame. We only have 10 spots. So make sure to, if you have a question, make sure to book it. Okay, so anonymous attendee asked, so when could I start being able to negotiate? Is fellowship too soon, too late? So my view on negotiations is, I really think my clients have said this should be taught in medical school. Like, yes, yes, you can. You do have some leverage even as a medical student. Now, you're not going to be negotiating for 6-figure raise as a medical student, right? You're not going to be like, well, can you pay me? We're not going to be doing that. But the skills that you have here, we actually have had residents who've been able to negotiate to get along better with think of it as a leadership course, to get along better with their boss, to get along better with their chief resident, to get along better with that difficult faculty member. Like a leadership professional development course, like we start flexing those muscles as soon as you get in the program. I would say if you wait to start negotiating to your fellow you're attending, you kind of waited too long. I mean, like ideally learn this as soon as possible so you have it for your whole life. Because you saw like there was non-money wins. Like there are things like with your in-laws, with your spouse, with your mom. Like these skills help up level every part of your career. So I would say get them as soon as you can. The moment you get them, everything gets better. Yeah, even as a fellow, for sure. Think about your day, like how much you negotiate. Even like, let's just even take a med student. A med student, she's probably going to negotiate when she gets up. Like, if she's going to get up 15 minutes before, 30 minutes before, like that's a negotiation. Am I going to take a shower? I'm going to brush my teeth. There's another negotiation. Am I going to go early and around? Am I going to present this? Am I going to present for my index? Like, we have decisions, like 100 decisions a day, even as med students. There's an ability to negotiate with ourselves, with people around us very early. The negotiation conversations look different as you gain more experience and leverage and position and status. It looks different. But even as a med student, you're absolutely negotiating. So yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, fellows for sure should know this. Okay, how can you help us individually without being in a private one-on-one coaching space? So I would say this, like you saw that one of the slides I put up there, I think Amy had said, I thought I needed private coaching. It's very common for women physicians to think I need to be in a private space. I need 100% privacy. Nobody can know what I'm going through. I'm the only one who can know. It's very common, and I would say those spaces exist. I have a couple of spots. That price tag could be $50,000 for other programs who do one-on-one coaching. That's not my price tag, but you can find one-on-one coaching for sure. But notice what Amy said. She said, I thought I needed one-on-one private coaching. It turns out I got all my results in this group container at this group price. So I really just invite you to consider what if you can get all of this private level results in your group container. I mean, when you see those results, no call, 100K raise for you and your boss, that is, you're not going to get that in anyone else's private one-on-one container. They don't have the process. The only place you'll find that is here. You can be in the group program and get those results. And then I would just say, like, and this comment for people who haven't been in coaching with me before is we have so many examples. When someone comes on, I don't give them like this first hour was completely strategy. It was all about tactics, negotiations for the masses, for women physicians. It was all content for the whole first hour. On the calls, that's where I'm going to customize it to that particular person, whoever's raising her hand. And generally, 99% of the time, everyone who raises their hand gets coached. They get coached either through coming on screen or typing the Q&A box or writing something in. So you can be completely confidential. No one even has to know you're there. But we customize it for everyone. I think that's a secret of our success. So most people will think, oh my gosh, I need private coaching. And they come in and they're like, oh no, I can get all of that here. So that's my advice for you is just challenge this thought. You have to have one person meet with you every week to get results. What if that's not true? And you'll see that a lot of people, if you go to my website, people would say like, I really benefit from group coaching because I didn't realize it was possible until I saw another mom who was a breadwinner get a six-figure raise. And then I realized it was possible for me. I saw someone from Harvard get $100,000 in prizes, bonuses, and incomes. And I realized, oh, I could get more money at Harvard. Right? Seeing other women come up, you'll start challenging these thoughts you have that it's not possible for you. You're like, oh, it's possible for them. It's definitely possible for me. Plus, you'll get ideas. You'll get ideas of things you haven't even considered when I'm coaching someone else. You'll see mistakes. You'll see senior leaders come on who make a mistake in negotiating. You'll be like, ooh, never making that mistake. I saw how that went. Never going to do that one again. Right. So I think you can get better results in the group coaching program. And I would challenge it. We all have different unique scenarios and challenges. Yes. And also no. Like everything that we're looking at, these are big themes that we as women have been handed by society. You have to work harder. Your boss has to see you work on Sundays. It has to be hard. You have to do your time. Like that's all stuff we've been handed by society. Everything that's in your way of negotiation, I promise everyone in the room has had it. What if you have more in common with other women physicians? Like this thought, I'm very unique. I'm different than everybody else. I would just question how that feels. What if you're not? What if there's a whole like sector of the population that's going through the exact same things you are? There's a whole community who can support you. And of course, we can customize it on the group coaching program. I just think, I'm certified in trauma-informed coaching. And the signature of trauma is when we think we're all alone, that no one can possibly understand us, that we're on an island by ourselves. That's where suffering is the most. And I'm kind of getting that tone from your comments. And I think there might be some real beauty in saying, yes, we're going to honor your specifics, of course. That's why when you join now, you get a 100K call and 100K week. There's lots of privacy built in when you join now. But also, I think this thought I'm all by myself is one that could set you up for a lot of trauma in your career. There's so much beauty, and humans heal in community. We heal when we are surrounded by other women physicians who are getting paid top dollar and have good schedules. We're getting to be moms or not moms, having this work-life balance at the beginning of their career. Yeah, you said I really would appreciate seeing shared experiences. I mean, it will blow your mind. You can go to the website. Someone asked if I could show the sales call. You can go to the website, and if you scroll to the very bottom, I think we have like probably 100 testimonials. And you'll see so many people who will say, I thought I could only do private coaching, but it was totally out of my budget. I didn't have $100,000. There's no way my husband would let me do it. I didn't want to be traumatized by that price. And I joined and I got my results. That's possible because we're all kind of similar humans. And you can even get better results when you see other people's struggles and you learn from them or you learn from their triumphs. So I love it. I think you're further ahead than you think you are when you said this. I want to see people's shared experiences. Yes. Notice that top 10 women physician mistakes. The last one is it's possible for everyone else but me. It's that kind of thinking. I'm all by myself. You're not all by yourself. You will be carried by the spirit, the energy, the momentum of a whole community of women physicians. What do you think about that? I think you touched on it. It's the most common concern I get is how do you customize frameworks? So I try to put in there, like, here are the topics we talked about. I yelled at my kids too much. My boss denied my PTO, like really specific examples of what women are going through and how we got to the other side of it. Save yourself 10 years of overworking by coming to one coaching call and seeing how we get to the other side of all of this. What do you think? Can you send me a link? Yes, you can. Okay, thank you. Someone said I can't do the QR code when I'm listening on my phone. So at 12:30, I emailed all of you guys and I said that right at the beginning. So the person who's like, why couldn't I buy at the beginning? I actually said it at the very beginning. Is that at 12:30 Mountain Time, I emailed everybody a link. So you can get it there. We're going to send this replay out since you registered. You're also going to get the website there. And if you want to visit it later, it's it sounds like you're driving, ChristinaArnoldCoaching.com/next level freedom with a hyphen between the next level and freedom. All right. Karen said she's in. Welcome, Karen. Kelly said she just emailed her business manager and the job is going to pay. Amazing. And even if they didn't, we've got you. Lisa said she's in and she's already booked a 48-hour call. Amazing. Okay, so that's a good reminder that for those of you who are still checking out Next Level Freedom, remember this is all that you get access to immediately as soon as you join. A new 5-module curriculum, weekly life group coaching for life on anything, 360 support. About 20 guest expert experiences, book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics, community, and the new features this round we added quickfire curriculum, monthly topics, or 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, live in-person event. We are almost at the end of the questions, so I'm going to say that when the Zoom room closes, you lose the opportunity to get the 100K top secret bonus. It's available while the Zoom room is open. If you join us by Saturday, this Saturday, August 16th at noon Mountain Time, you do get this 100K call. It's one private call where we're going to just figure out how to fix your job for good, whether that's a 6-figure raise, 5-figure bonus, the schedule, the call, the chair, who to talk to, what to say. You'll leave with an exact roadmap of how to fix this job for good at this one time. So that ends on Saturday, August 16th, noon Mountain Time. Investment is a one-time payment of $2,500 or 3 monthly payments. We're closing our doors. This is the last time to join us until 2026. Doors close August 21st, midnight Eastern time. Does that sound good? Anonymous attendee said she is in. She was able to stop driving and come in. Congratulations. Welcome. We're so excited to see you. All right. I did sign up. Where would I log in to schedule? Okay, so check your spam or your promotions. Laurel, there or Lori, check their spam promotions. Sometimes the email goes there, but as soon as you sign in, you get onboarded electronically, so you'll be able to access things today. And in that email, it gives you my link to my calendar to schedule the 48-hour bonus, the email. And we have August, September. I will add more times depending on how people come in, but you're definitely going to get that bonus email, the bonus call 4800 40-hour 100K private call. We're going to get that to you. Our goal is to give it delivered, done the first 30 days in the program because we want you to hit this program and start getting wins. Our first month, September, I don't know if you saw monthly topics, is how to stop working nights and weekends in under 30 days. People have done that in 2 weeks. And meanwhile, we can be working on your negotiations for your schedule, your pay, your salary, your bonus, all of that. So you should get that. About the week of 100K, we're going to be sending out, we're going to be sending that out as well. You'll be signing up. We're going to offer some time slots and you're going to pick which one you want. And that will be September, October, November, believe is when we're going to be unrolling that. That is, we want to give you time to come into the community, to get coached, to get support, to stop working nights and weekends, to book your 48-hour call. And once we have all that, that 1 week, the 100K week of video coaching is going to be you will get so many more results because you will have already been in our world. We've already done a private call. And now we just build on that. Let me know if that answers your question. Have you worked with many pathologists? Oh, Jennifer, I was a pathologist, and I would probably say 40% of my clients are pathologists. The rest are OBGYN, family medicine, surgeons, internal medicine, family practice, research scientists, hospitalists. Yes, I work with pathologists. It is distinct, and I think there's no better place in the entire world than in my program because I know that world backwards and forwards. I know exactly what gas pedals to push. I know exactly how the lab works. I know about those epic and beaker transitions. I know how to talk to chairs of pathology. I think it's more universal than you're thinking. This really does apply to all specialties, but yeah, I probably maybe 30%, 30 to 40% of our clients are pathologists. It works really, really well, but it's not specific to pathology. It really is very universal. But yes, you'll see when you go on the website, many, many pathologists. Okay, I'm almost at the end. Anna, if you're not here, it's okay. But I'll reach out to you. I'm gonna try to copy. By the way, I made the last couple of questions. So you have something, put this in here. How I know who is signed is everything comes time stamped. So our listen, you know how I teach you guys to be part-time? I do the same thing for me. Everything is automated on the back end. So I get a timestamp email. Anna joined at this time. Maria joined at this time. Mary joined at this time. Lisa joined at this time. And based on those time spans, we start opening up the bonuses. So you don't worry, we got you. So you can schedule, you should see an email that allows you to schedule your 48-hour 100K call right away. I think we have even openings in August, so we can meet this like coming up. I'll add more if I need to for sure. So if you don't see times at work, write me. We will figure this out. Again, I work with OBGYNs, surgeons, all of it. We find a time, we're going to make this work for you for sure, 100%. Um, the 100K week we haven't sent because that was an idea I had like very recently. So we haven't built the infrastructure for that, but I do this all the time. So we have the infrastructure, we have the emails all sent. We're going to send them out once you guys are all onboarded. You'll get the link to that September, October, November, where our goal is to get everyone have their 100K call, 100K week by November is our goal. We want you guys, and why I do this is I used to, people would save it for until they were almost fired to use it. No, 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 no. Use it up front. You do not want to wait to make $50 million more in your life. You don't want to wait to stop taking call. You don't want to wait to figure out this bully of a boss. Use all your resources up front and then trust you'll get more resources as we go. You will, I promise. This weekly call for life, we will just see you being a rock star now and we'll build on that over and over and over again. Do not worry. Anna, we have you. Anonymous attendee said, amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other questions? All right. I think I got through all the questions. All right, I'm going to close up the Q&A. So if you have more questions, reply to the email. Oh, how do I save this? Okay, I'm gonna save all these cues. Anna, I'm saving your phone number and everything else. So don't worry, we got you. I'm gonna just write your phone number down just to make sure. Why not? Why not just make sure? Okay. All right, so I'm going to summarize now. This is closing. This is closing. We are kind of next couple of minutes will be done. But I just want to leave you with again, Next Level Freedom, new 5-module curriculum, weekly live group coaching for life, 360 support, expert guest experiences, think over 20, book club, content vault, private podcast, coaching basics, community, quickfire curriculum, monthly topics, 4 p.m. VIP rewards club, live in-person event. Hello. When you join before this bonus, before I close the Zoom room, you get the top secret bonus of 100K week of video coaching. Never offered it before, not for sale. You'll never get it again. Once this closes, I'm sorry for those of you on the replay, but it's not available. It's only available. I really want to incentivize people who are here, who've made time, like Anna, who made time to come to this and stay the whole time. We want to give her something special, right? Right. We want to give people who are here and fast actors something special to jumpstart their career. So this is a thank you for everyone who made it live. And the 48-hour bonus that you will get if you join now, but you also get for this people on the replay will get access to up until Saturday, August 16th, noon Mountain Time. You get a private one-on-one coaching call. We're going to figure out how to fix this job. We're going to customize it to you exactly. For you, you're like, how do you get these results for people in group? Coaching for sure. I know I've been doing this for a while. I know how to do this on group, but also this 100K call, 100K week, massive results every single time because we're going to laser focus on you for this whole 45 minutes. Unlock huge transformation. All right, it's one-time payment of $2,500, 3 monthly payments of $875. Doors are going to close Thursday, August 21st, midnight Eastern time. And we don't open again until 2026. Do not wait on this. There's $50 million, 50 million reasons why you want to be the mom you want to be. You want to deal with this bully boss. You want to change a work culture. You want to be paid more than the white men who've got stay-at-home wives. I get it. I've done it. We did yesterday on Tuesday. We're going to do this for you, but you do have to join. You have to do your part, right? I can't do this for you unless you join. So join, go to ChristinaArnoldCoaching.com/next level freedom with a hyphen between next level. And someone asked, could I please show the Is This For Me call? You can also book a private sales call here. If you have questions, I'm happy to help you through them. No pressure. You will hold your 48-hour bonus. I won't be able to hold the week-long video coaching, though. That's just for people who book on this call. Right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, let me see if I can stop. Make sure I got all the questions here. Okay, I joined. Great. I'm going to stop share. Give me 1 second. I'm here. I'm still here, I think. Okay, I know how to do this. Oops. This is going to be a little weird for just 1 second, and we'll figure out. Tech is interesting. Aha! I did it. Can you guys see me? I hope you can. All right. I just have a lot of tech going on here. All right. So we're closing up. Answered all the questions. If you have something else, book your Is This For Me call or email me. But what I want to leave you with is this. So I just want you to think about every single woman who's in this program. Go to that page. You're going to see just loads and loads of testimonials. Every single one of those women on the testimonials or the case studies I just shared with you started where you are right now. Underpaid, overworked, don't have time, dragging charting home, missing their own dentist appointment, missing their kids' important school functions, going to the 6 a.m. tumor boards, another ridiculous ask of you. And they just decided in one moment that they were just done suffering forever, done overworking, done waiting for a nicer boss or hoping the economy gets better or having to be more than a fellow, having to prove themselves, have to have the boss like them. They just decided, I'm done with all of this. I want to be paid more. And they joined. And we got to work right away on their raise, their hours, their schedule. Our goal is to build a career for you that you don't have to perpetually escape from. You don't have to desperately have a vacation from. You don't have to perpetually recover from. We're going to give you a career that funds vacations you actually want to take. Your vacations don't have to be tied to wherever your society meeting is in Boston in February, which is where pathology was. You can pay to go to Scotland on your own without tying it to a meeting because you'll have money and time to do it. You'll take way better vacations, first class everything. Send your kids to their top choice college, pay all cash, retire decades earlier. Stop fighting with your spouse over chores and money and time because now you have an abundance of time and money. You can hire an assistant who can do all this cleaning and errands and help with the kids, get dinner prepped and clean up. Now it's your turn. Doors for Next Level Freedom are open. We only open twice a year. We'll be closed in 7 days. The next chance to get it will be next year. Don't let $50 million sit on the table untapped until next year. Join now. You can be like Sarah, who gets home at 4 p.m. every day without a pay cut. Like Nicole, get paid top dollar now. Don't wait 10 years or hope for promotion. Like Kathy, turn your job into one that is so good you never want to leave it, even though you started with the program wanting to quit medicine. If you're like, oh, this money, these colleagues, my relationship with my boss, my schedule, why would I want to leave this? With our proven processes and community, our goal is to get you stop working nights and weekends in 30 days. Jamie did it in 2 weeks. 90 days away from ethically cutting back to part-time hours of your full-time job without losing a cent. We can help you secure a 6-figure raise, 5-figure bonus, 4-day work week. We've dismantled the myth that more time equals better results. Not true. Time and results aren't linked at all. In our world, really good results come fast. You'll see progress that first call. Like Maria said, she felt better the moment she joined today. She hasn't seen anything. But just by watching other physician women get coached, you're going to open up to possibilities that you didn't even think about. You'll save yourself years of mistakes and overworking by watching other women work through their own negotiation struggles. We're the only program built to help women physicians ethically come back to part-time hours of a full-time job without a pay cut. With this process, an expert career coach, a lifetime community, our goal is every year your job gets better. Every year your schedule gets better. Every year you get paid more. Safety in any economy. Give this tools to your spouse. Let him get a 6-figure raise too. Teach your kids this. They'll be top earning. They'll be top earning potential people too. Teach these to your skills, your sister. Everyone in your community can be making more. This changes lives when women physicians have these skills. The ripple effect affects generations. When you join, you're going to get access to everything. One module will give you results before our first call. Our next group call is Thursday. You can schedule your bonus 100K call today. When you join before I close the Zoom room in like 30 seconds, you're going to get my top secret bonus, that full week of private video coaching with me, happy in your pocket for any tense conversation in the job, discussions with your leadership, live coaching mid-negotiations. You get this 100K private strategy call. We're going to meet to get your exact raise and plan, role play conversations. Make sure you walk in to win. These bonuses, we don't sell them any other time. You can't get them. You can't buy them any other way. We really want to save you 10 years of overworking and create millions of dollars for you. Lifetimes of moments with your family you just can't get back. So this is your moment. This is the year. This is the opportunity. Fix your job now in 2025. Start 2026 with way better problems. Like, what am I going to do with this money in this time? Don't settle for 10 more years of being underpaid and overworked. Don't miss this opportunity before your kids leave for college. One decision changes everything. Doors close Thursday, August 21st at midnight. Your 1 week of private coaching, on video coaching, on the spot coaching ends when the Zoom room closes. The 100K private strategy calls ends in less than 48 hours. Doors close in this year in 7 days. It's your last chance to join. Join right now. We'll see you on the inside. Bye, everybody.